You're watching the Daily Dodge pregame show.
Good afternoon and welcome to Beaver Dam High School. This is Ryan Gerber, Director of Activities and Athletics here at Beaver Dam High School, and we have the privilege of streaming the WIA Sectional Wrestling Tournament here at Beaver Dam, Sectional D. I'm here with the best co-host I could ask for, Ninja. He's without a mic today, so you won't be necessarily hearing from him today, but he is here. He's helping me through this situation. Hopefully you're watching at home or watching wherever you are. You're getting some bonus wrestling here right now as the girls semifinals are taking place, and shortly after these matches take place, we'll be going live into the boys finals. So welcome to Beaver Dam High School. We hope you can sit back and enjoy and watch some really good wrestling. We've got all the pairings set up. There's a lot of big-time matches, a lot of ranked wrestlers that are going at it today with a chance to get to the state tournament next week at the Kohl Center, and we're excited to bring it to you today. Now, this is the first place feed, so we'll be focusing on the championship matches. However, if you have somebody that you're watching on Track Wrestling that's going to be in the third place match, they will be on the other stream, and Corey Sparks is taking a day off of basketball to help us out with that, and he's got Coach Jeff Slayton, who is the head coach here for a long, long time prior to Tim Winker taking over. So if you get sick and tired of listening to me, click over to the third place match, and you can listen to Coach Slayton. We're fortunate enough to have him over there, and he'll be doing a great job for us there. Ninja, anything? This is probably your first sectional.
It is, yeah. So
if you didn't hear him, it is his first.
Yeah, it is my first sectional. I can kind of hear myself, so I'm sure they can too. My biggest question is, this means multiple wrestling matches for some of these wrestlers in one day.
Yeah, so if you didn't get him, he asked how many matches or multiple matches for each one of these guys. And yeah, if you've only watched our streams and you've only watched dual meets, and that might be a bunch of you out there, where as a dual meet, you're only getting that one match in a night. These wrestlers have been competing all day. We started at 10 o'clock. They worked through the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and now we'll be heading into the finals a little bit later, so multiple matches. And there is a wrestleback round after the finals, and we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. But the idea behind the sectional tournament is finding the best two wrestlers to come out of this weight class to send to Madison for the state tournament. So if there are situations where somebody takes second in a bracket and the third place wrestler who finishes third hasn't wrestled at second place, we'll see a wrestle back to get the true second place. So lots of intrigue and lots of fun. Having been a coach in this situation, you just hope that if you get in the finals, just win and take care of business and control your own destiny. If you're in the finals and lose, well, you got some work to do to defend. And if you're in the third place match, obviously you want to win for yourself, but as a coach, you're always kind of watching that championship match to see, hey, is this kid going to get another shot? Are they going to be available for a wrestle back? And so it adds a little bit of drama and intrigue. I'm going to tell you, we're sitting amongst the Slinger fans and the Watertown fans. They've been loud all day, so I will try to do my best to keep the commentary going, and hopefully you'll be able to hear. And obviously you can email Ninja and let him know how we're doing. But we're real excited. The other thing I'll mention, because there's so many matches that are going to be going on, we've decided to just, instead of putting the names on there, just go red and green, which correspond to the wrestlers' leg bands. But I will tell you who the wrestlers are and what schools they come from, and if we have any additional information. So this time, as we're waiting and we're finishing up with the girls' semifinals, we're going to take a break here before we get into the finals. We'll be back.
The comfort in your home is too important to trust to just anyone. With over 75 years in the industry, Surefire Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to bring our community the heating and cooling services you deserve. Expect nothing short of excellence in service, installation, and 24/7 emergency service. As a premier Lennox dealer, we carry the best in equipment to bring you and your home peace of mind. Schedule your annual maintenance or claim your free in-home estimate today, 920-485-4883. Surefire, keeping what's important comfortable since 1947.
Summit Ford Beaver Dam, we are committed to serving the customers in our community, to bringing you into our dealership and making the buying process easy, fun, stress-free, and memorable. Thank you for choosing us and voting us Dodge County's best place to buy a new or used vehicle. Stop in today for a test drive and to see how we can help you find the car of your dreams. Summit Ford Beaver Dam.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Stop in and see everything that our store has to offer. We built it just for you. We have mattresses, box springs, power bases, bedroom sets, furniture, living room sets, dining sets, everything that you would need to complete your entire home. We've got our interest-free financing and a really great local staff here to help you. So you've got all local people here to help you out from start to finish for anything that you would need. So stop in, shop local, and save big with us.
Hi, I'm Josh Schneider with Silica for Your Home. We have a great feature available in our showrooms, our digital price tags. They search the internet every day and allow us to adjust the prices based on our competitors. That ensures you are always getting the best deal. If it finds a lower price, it will automatically change our Silica price in real time. These digital price tags are all about saving you time and money. Shop Silica for Your Home for the best sales, service, and selection.
American drivers overpay an average of $368 per year on their auto insurance. Why? Because, well, insurance is hard. It's complicated. It's time-consuming to get quotes from multiple companies, so we overpay. Or we call Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Make one call and receive a quote from a great company like Auto Owners Insurance. The team at Richards Insurance will literally do all the work for you. So if you could be saving money each month with an Auto Owners Insurance policy, you'll know about it. How much will you save with Richards Insurance? To find out, call Richards Insurance or stop in at 123 North Spring Street, downtown Beaver Dam. With offices in Columbus, Watertown, West Bend, and Oshkosh. With over 50 employees and hundreds of years insurance experience across 5 offices, you'll get full-service counseling with no obligation. Your auto owner's insurance carrier is Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Call 887-1615.
We'll be there with you.
Richards Insurance of Beaver Dam.
It's the President's Day sales event at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam. Hello, this is Brent Reed with the last call for all you Hemi engine muscle car enthusiasts. The Hemi engine is going away, but we got a couple of beauties that just arrived for some lucky buyers. Take $5,000 off a brand new 23 Dodge Charger Daytona RT in B5 Blue or a Challenger RTTA package in the beautiful and iconic Plum Crazy. For you SUV buyers, Jeep Grand Cherokee Limiteds with the black appearance package, only $46,678. Let our family take care of your family at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam and ReedChrysler.com.
At Preferred Dental Partners, our core values are more than just something we put on our wall. They're something we live out. Core value number 2 is the wow experience. This means that from the moment you walk in the door until the time you leave, we want to provide an experience for our patients that is unlike anything you've had before. There are lots of choices of dentists, and we never want anyone to feel they have to be here. We want them to choose to be here because they feel heard, welcomed, and well cared for. If you want to see what the wow experience is about, call or text Preferred Dental Partners today.
The winter weather can play havoc on your hands and hair. Fear not, the folks at Wonder Nails and Spa has just the ticket for you. Call 887-4374 and let them pamper you. Let them chase away those winter blues. Let's talk hair. Long, beautiful hair, shining, whoa, I digress. The team at Cost Cutters will put a shimmer and shine to your mood, and their retail products are the best in the business. Call 885-0437 today. That's why you hear everyone say, I shop Park Village Shopping Center, and you should too.
You're watching the Daily Dodge pregame show.
All right, here we go. We're just finishing up the girls' semifinals here in Beaver Dam High School. Welcome back. If you were previous with us, if you're just logging in, welcome to Beaver Dam High School. We will be streaming the WIAA Individual Sectional Tournament live from Beaver Dam High School. If you're watching this feed, obviously you are, you're going to be watching the first place matches here on in the tournament. If you're looking for third place matches because you're on track wrestling and you're kind of following the tournament, if you're looking for third place matches, click back into YouTube, go to our other stream where Corey Sparks and the coach, Jeff Slayton, are currently discussing how the tournament works. They'll be covering the third place matches today. So just a little bit, Ninja, how this works. This is a sectional tournament. Obviously, last weekend was a regional tournament. There are 2 regionals that feed into each sectional. So each region is filled with 8 teams. So you had to finish in the top 4 in order to qualify out of the regional to here. So 2 regionals come together. So 16 schools represented today in 8-man brackets. And that first round is really a single elimination. So you lose in the first round today, you're done. So at this point in the day, half the wrestlers are left, if that makes sense. So we started with 8. We're down to 4 in each bracket. First place and third place. And the top 2 wrestlers qualify to the state tournament. So, everyone would love to finish in first, and that's absolutely true. I mean, it makes it a little easier it makes it easier on mom and dad when you go out and win and you don't have to worry about a wrestle back. But just keep in mind as we go through this that you can qualify to the state tournament by finishing second. And there are some brackets that we're going to look at where there's some pretty tough wrestlers, some phenomenal nationally rated wrestlers. Sometimes finishing second gets it done, right? So we will be talking about that and more as we get into the boys finals. Again, we're just finishing up the girls semis. The girls, this is the second year that they've had a qualifying event to the state tournament, the third year that there's a girls state tournament. Big thanks to the WWCA partnering with the WIA to work that out and make it work. Last year was the first time that the girls had a state tournament and matches at the Kohl Center. They put 2 more mats on the floor there and wrestled their state tournament. So, breaking ground here, girls wrestling is increasing in numbers. There were a tremendous amount more this year than in previous years. So it just continues to get bigger and bigger. And it's, girls wrestling is an opportunity. There's a lot of girls that have watched their brothers or watched relatives, or maybe that they've wrestled against the boys in the past. Now they're giving an opportunity, given a tract to where they can compete against other girls. And be recognized. And, the winter's tough because, the previous 2 places I was at, where it was, I went to high school in DeForest and obviously coached in Fort Atkinson for a long time. In the wintertime, the options or opportunities for girl or female athletes is really limited beyond basketball. We're lucky here. We have hockey. A lot of places don't have girls hockey. So, like when I was at Fort, if you went out for girls basketball, it was really cheerleading. And and so this provides another opportunity for our female student athletes to compete in a interscholastic sport. And again, these girls are no joke. They get after it. They train just as hard as the boys. They put in the hours. They get after it. So hats off to all these female athletes. They're pioneers for the sport as this is getting off the ground and growing. And years later, we're going to look back at these formative years and really be thankful. I was just having a conversation with somebody before he came online here about needing more female coaches. And not just, I shouldn't say female coaches, but coaches for the girls. Right now a lot of staffs, they just take one staff member and say, okay, you're in charge of the girls program. In order to build this thing, we need more people that are willing to step up and be coaches. And you're looking at, athletes that down the line hopefully will take up the mantle and lead and coach those girls' teams, but also get into officiating. And that's something many of you that have followed these, you've heard me say before, we are in dire need of officials, not just in wrestling, but in all sports, and not just in Wisconsin, but across the country. In order to continue to have these events, in order to continue to provide these opportunities for our students, we need officials. So if you are willing to give back, or let's face it, if you think you can do better than what you're seeing on the mat, please see your athletic director, wherever that is. If it's here in Beaver Dam, feel free to call me. But see your local athletic director, and they'll get you signed up to be an official. We need them. There are plenty of opportunities where we can work in slowly, but we need to get more and more officials as so many officials continue to age out or have chosen to retire. And I've personally known many that have held on a lot longer than they wanted to simply because we needed them.
Now, normally we talk about strategy, but that's when we have individuals and teams. This is all about individual, correct?
Yeah. This is
so
all,
how does that change your strategy out there?
This is all individual, so we're not worried about team points. We're not worried about bonus points. If you can win by 1, you'll take it. If you can get a pin, awesome, but it's all about just winning at this point. So what you got to do in these matches is mentally prepare yourself. What is it that you need? And one thing that I would ask our guys, and I'm sure all the coaches here are asking their kids, are what is your plan? What's your strategy? What is it that you're going to look for? What are you going to do if you get taken down? What are we doing? And just working through the strategy. You're not overloading the athlete with materials. It's no different than in football or basketball where you're getting in that mindset. What is our plan? What is our strategy? So the only objective is to win. That's it. Nothing more. Doesn't matter if you win by 1. Doesn't matter if you win by 15. Just like Al Davis said, just win, baby. And that's what we're looking for. So the strategy is whatever it takes. And for some of these kids, they're going to be really excited and really happy, and others it's going to be heartbreak. And you know, I've talked about it a couple times, whether we're talking about senior night or whatnot. If that's the hardest night for a coach is senior night, because you're passing on, right? Those kids that have wrestled for 4 years, but really this moment here, this could be the end of a season. This could be the end of the career. So, you know, that burden really shifts to the athlete. So again, it's a tough time to wrestle. If you have a great wrestler, you always feel a little bit stronger, but there's always the nerves going, because in wrestling, anything can happen. And in fact, all day today, as we were watching seeds, there was a lot of 1 seeds that got pushed to the limit or beaten by 4 seeds. So anything can happen. Leave nothing to chance. I always tell our kids when I coach, if you got an opportunity to pin somebody, put them away. If you get an opportunity to take somebody down, stop hand fighting, take them down. If you can get away, don't waste time down there, get away, because at this point of the season, at this point of the tournament, it's about scoring points in order to win.
Now, during the normal season, we'll see wrestlers wrestle up in weight class or adjust a little bit to fill out what the team needs. I'm guessing here we see less than that.
Yeah.
Most people in their weight class.
Yeah, so while the team component goes on during the regular season, people will shift around to do what's best for the team. In this case, when you get to tournament time, it's what's best for the athlete. So if maybe you have a kid, and I'll use a Beaver Dam kid, Beaver Dam wrestler Landon Johnson, he wrestled at 113 pounds all year long to help the team. Once the regional hit last week, he wrestled 106 because that was his natural weight, and he was doing what's best for him. And that's not to say he's being selfish, but at this point of the year, it's so much about the individual. So whatever they wrestled last week, they got locked in this week. It's all about the individual and what they can do to get to that next level. And you're going to see some great wrestling. It's always an exciting, very intense time. I was at the head table during the semifinals. I wasn't even watching. I was filling out some brackets, but you could feel the intensity and the emotion pick up. Just wait. Just wait, Ninja. It's going to pick up here in a big way.
It was already very loud and very crowded, very full of energy when I walked in, just for the semifinals and the qualifiers to get to this point. So I can only imagine it's going to be way more crazy.
You got to remember too, these parents, a lot of them have been traveling with their kids since they started in youth wrestling, taking them to all the youth tournaments. They've watched them come up. They've made those early morning trips on Saturday and Sunday. They've taken them to different academies, wrestler or youth clubs. They've sat in these gyms. None of these bleachers are ever real comfortable. And they've gone through the trials and tribulations. The kid might be working out, but the parents are right there with them. So it's a very emotional time. And I can tell you, when I can just say this from the mom standpoint, a lot of the moms, when their kid's finally done, they say, I wouldn't go back to it because of the nerves and the anxiety. But let's not let dads off the hook. They're as nervous as some of them are ready to get back on the mat themselves.
There you go. A lot of high emotions.
So that looks like that's the final girls semifinal of the day. So what we're going to have is we're going to have the boys line up for first and third. So we should take a break now, and then we'll come back for the finals. So we will be back in, what do you think? We'll come back in 3 minutes for the individual sectional finals.
When it comes to a winning lineup, turn to the selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam. Their team goes the extra mile to provide a winning experience, from hassle-free financing options to exceptional customer service. It's like having a dedicated cheering section cheering you on in every step of the vehicle purchase. Give the team at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam a call at 920-885-3301 or visit napleton151.com and find new roads with their winning inventory.
Chris Kladowski, Kladowski Real Estate. As a realtor, there is such joy in driving past one of our clients' houses that is now the place they call home. Be it a first-time home buyer, a relocation to our community, or someone upsizing or downsizing. We are passionate about the place you call home and meeting your wants and needs each step of the way. We sell the houses, you make it a home. Questions? Give us a call, 920-219-9212. Kladowski Real Estate, your trusted real estate advisors.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam.
Hi, this is Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We are proud to support all Beaver Dam athletes. While at home watching high school sports, why not be comfortable? McKinstry's is a lazy boy comfort studio. We have sofas, recliners, sectionals, and reclining sofas. Stop into McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and add comfort to your home.
Year after year, McKinstry's.
Cheer. Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it is commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement, online at hometownglass.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster at Columbus Family Dental. If you've been unhappy with your smile, it's time that you come and see us. Our team of doctors are waiting to help you get your smile back. We'll take the time to talk with you and treat you like a member of our family, not just another number. Whether it's a whole mouth makeover or simply a little tweak, we'll find the right solution that fits you. For your free, no-pressure consultation, call us today at 623-5559.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate, plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Wisconsin knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Wisconsin needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
And here we go. Here we are, ready for the finals of the WIAA Individual Sectional D, here live at Beaver Dam High School. My name is Ryan Gerber. I'm the Activities Director here at Beaver Dam, and along with me is the best wingman, the best co-pilot. Ninja's here with me. We stole him away from Mike and Wade for a day. So we are streaming live the first place matches here at Beaver Dam High School, and they're currently going through introductions. You'll be watching the first place matches here on this stream. If you are following at home on Track Wrestling and you're looking for some third place matches, you can go back out. We're doing a dual stream. If you're on YouTube, just find that second stream. We're streaming the third place matches. Corey Sparks is taking a night off of basketball, and he's with the coach, Jeff Slayton, who was a coach here long before Tim Winker took over. So a very educated commentary over there. So and the other thing is, if you get sick and tired of listening to me, switch over to Jeff. He's got it. So here we go. We're starting right away. There is no break in the action. We are ready to go. On mat 2 here for the championship, we have Bryson Bustler of Watertown. He's 37-5 coming in as a freshman, taking on Gavin Wolters of Hartford, coming in 37-7 sophomore. Bustler on the day has a tech fall. Tech falled Kellen Becker earlier today from Germantown in 4 minutes 11 seconds, winning 18-2, and has a decision 2-1 coming into this match over Antonio Flores. He gets taken down there. Gavin Wolters, the number 12 ranked wrestler at 106 pounds in Division I, gets the early takedown in the match. He came into today winning his first match by fall in 3 minutes, and then getting a 12-5 decision in the semifinals against August Lubinsky of West Bend West. So here we go. We're 2-1 in favor of Wolters. Wolters, of course, wrestling for Hartford. They'll be up at the Team State Tournament as they knocked off Watertown Tuesday to punch their ticket to the Team State Tournament in the field house in a couple weeks. We've got Bustler here going on the offensive. He's in a front headlock position. A lot of the old school wrestlers will know, going head in the hole here, looking for that opportunity to get for 2 here. They're wrestling on the edge of the mat. And we're going to get a restart. One thing you'll notice is we've got 2 officials working the first place match. The head official in the center there, that's Tony Wilson. He does a tremendous job calling the action. And he's got an assistant referee. We got Ryan McGuire here, does a lot of big-time matches throughout the year. That assistant referee, if you're paying attention, he's not going to make a lot of calls. He's really there as a backup of the head official. So, but it's just keeping another pair of eyes when we're looking at out of bounds and a couple other things. Wolters on a nice single leg shot, gets a takedown there. It's got those legs laced like an Old Navy ride there. If he keeps it, he has to lift those legs. You see, he's keeping that Navy ride there. He needs to lift that leg, but Bustler's doing a nice job getting his legs turned. 4-1 Wolters as we finish up the first period here. That's time. Nice to see some good action there. Neither guy sitting back, getting right after it. That's what you'd like to see. These 2 wrestlers would have competed this last Tuesday, so they're very acquainted with each other. Watertown's going to have the first choice here. He's going to choose down. Steve Best in the corner there, giving him the direction, and he gets a nice escape there. So again, Ninja, we've talked about it on our streams. You get choice in these situations. Choosing down there to get that escape or reversal is the typical choice there. The nice thing I like about Wolters here, he is a sophomore, getting right back in that shot. So he gave up the escape. He gave up that stand up, right back on the shot, gets a takedown. Now we're 6-2. Couldn't get a return there, so he's going to drop down on the leg to keep possession. Bustler's doing a nice job getting his hips turned and getting into defense here, but he's got his knee caught there, which is going to make it a little bit difficult to turn the corner. And now he's got it free. Back to that front headlock position there, looking for head in the hole. He's been given an escape here. He's still got that front headlock. He's got his head on that side, looking head in the hole. Wolters is doing a nice job controlling the elbow, Bustler's right elbow, so it's very difficult for him to turn the corner while controlling that elbow. And we go back to neutral with 53 seconds left in the second period.
Now, I don't know how I missed them flipping the coin to decide who gets choice.
It happens quick, Ninja. You can see Bustler went with an underhook to start there. A lot of times when you're getting those shots taken on you, if you go, whether it's to a Russian arm tie or an underhook, something like that, slow your opponent down, give him a different look. But space was created there. Walters back on the shot, back on that nice single leg. Nice strong position there. Bustler's doing a nice job defending. He's got his legs nice and wide. He's back on his laces, and he's going to get the stalemate, and we're going to go back neutral. 10 seconds left in the second period. Both these guys are, they're locking up. Tried a little bit of a duck into a single leg, didn't get it. Bustler's doing a nice job defending there. 6-3. Walters now has choice, and he's going to choose down again. Why wouldn't you? You can get that escape or get a potential reversal, get more points. Again, we talked, Ninja, earlier. At this point of the year in this match, it's not about bonus points. It's not about getting points for the quote-unquote team. It's about just finding a way to win. So 7-3 with that escape. We're back to neutral. Now Bustler's on a nice shot on a single leg, brings it to his feet. That's a good, strong position to have. Walters is lacing that leg, making it difficult for a finish. We need to dump there. He does. Oh, he took him to his back there. No swipes there. It was too quick. So 7-5. Bustler's going to let him go, give him to his feet. Let's go takedowns is what he's thinking here. Walters has been controlling the pace on his feet early on here. So, but, getting that nice shot, getting that finish gives him a little bit of confidence here. Let's see what he can do with it. He's got that underhook. He wants to elevate that underhook. Otherwise, it's going to get used against. Now he's switching into that front headlock position again. He's been there a couple times this match. Walters is doing a heck of a job. Now you got a great angle of it here. Doing a heck of a job controlling that elbow, preventing him from not only turning the corner, but doing a whole lot with that front headlock. And that's part of the issue when you go front headlock. If you keep your elbow low or deep, that allows that guy to, your opponent to really control that elbow. You really want to keep that elbow up high. So 8-5, 40 seconds left here. Walters is leading. 35 seconds. Bustler's got to get moving here. 30 seconds to get 3. He's gonna. Oh, I thought he might try to go upper body here. We got to close the gap. He takes a shot into a double under. Walters is going to be called for stalling because he had his head down, his hips back, and he walked straight backwards off the mat to avoid wrestling. But that's a call that at this point in the match, you'll take because it's unlikely you're going to get hit a second time this short. Bustler's back into that front headlock position. Nice, switches it up. No points have been awarded yet. And we're going to end right there. Boy, oh boy. No takedowns were awarded, no near fall. Hartford's loving it. Gavin Walters, your sectional champion at 106 pounds. So Bustler moves to the third, takes second for now, Ninja. He defeated Flores. So Flores from Fond du Lac on the third place match wins. Bustler's moving on to the state tournament. However, if West Bend West over there wins, we'll have a wrestle back. So if you're Watertown now and you can see their coaches, they're watching that match, seeing what's going on. 12 seconds left in that match. It looks like Flores is going to win, so we will not have a wrestle back. And Bustler will be heading to the state tournament as a second place. Now a reminder for some of the folks that have been in wrestling in the past but may not have been involved as much the last few years, we do not match up first versus second automatically anymore at the state tournament. We seed all wrestlers. So just because you finish second doesn't mean you're going to wrestle a number one coming out of sectional. You may be seated higher simply because your strength of schedule and your strength of opponents and all those things. All right, we're moving right into 113 pounds here. We've got Owen Becker of Germantown, who came into this match, or came into the tournament today, 39-7. He's a junior. He is taking on Ethan Bast, last year's third place finisher at the state tournament from West Bend West, and Bast gets a quick takedown and cuts Becker loose. Now he's back on a shot. Bast comes into today's tournament 48-14. He's a junior, and he's the #1 ranked wrestler in Division I this year at 113 pounds. He's going to cut him loose right away, not even starting down. 4-2 quick within the first 30 seconds. Gets another takedown again. Bast hasn't wrestled longer than a minute today. Won his first match by fall in a minute and pinned his semifinals opponent in 25 seconds. There's a reason he's the #1 ranked wrestler in the state. There's also a reason that he's third place finisher in the state. He is wrestling a pretty darn good wrestler, though. I don't want to take anything away from him. Owen Becker coming from Germantown, 39-7 coming in. He was the fourth place finisher last year at 106 pounds at Division I. So, these are two very good wrestlers. Becker comes into this match ranked #5 in the state. So you have a 1 versus 5 matchup right here in the finals of 113 pounds, and they're in an awkward position. And Bast has the 10-4 lead here with 30 seconds left. He's going to let him up, go 10-5, thinking he's going to get a takedown or look for a takedown in the last 30 seconds. He's on that leg, and he's just crowded him and taken that. And they're going to ride 12-5, 16 seconds left. Again, Ninja, I have to emphasize here, we've got two very good wrestlers here. Bast, again, last year's third place finisher at 106 pounds, defeated Becker at the state tournament last year. Comes in as the #1 ranked wrestler in the state at Division I. He's taking on the #5 ranked wrestler in Division I. So two very good wrestlers, two guys that saw each other at the state tournament last year. And very strong wrestlers, both of them. So we have a 12-5 first period. We're heading into the second period here. Becker deferred there, so Bast is going to choose down. And, why not? If you're Becker, he's had his way on his feet, so why not, let's see what happens on top. Ooh, that's tough. A standing switch there. Bast is working a reversal. They haven't given it. Well, now it's a signal. I spoke too soon. Signal there, 2 reversal. Now he's got that ankle hooked. 14-5. He's going to cut Becker loose here. Walk back to the center. That's kind of a that's a tough spot. He kind of took his eyes off him, and Becker makes him pay. Gets a takedown there, and he cuts him. So we're wrestling takedowns here. Bast back on it. Right on it, 17-8. 17-8 here with a minute left in the 113-pound, in the second period of the 113-pound finals. Bast is looking like he's pretty content riding out in the second period here. He's got an arm trapped underneath and just kind of grinding here. Referee in this match, the head official in this match right now is Ryan McGuire. Been doing this a long time, a very strong wrestler. His assistant, Tony Wilson, another very good wrestler. These guys worked the last match. Bast is going to let Becker go, so we're going to go neutral again. Why not? We're back in on the action. Bast is doing a nice job putting Becker on his hip there. And when you're laying on your hip like that, it's hard to defend. It's hard to square up. It's hard to do anything. And another 2-point takedown there with 25 seconds left in the second period. We are at 19-9. He's got a head and an arm there, looking possibly for a cradle there, but I think more than, he's reaching for it. More than anything, just getting the right out here. 19-9 at the end of the second period, going into the third period here. Bast in control, and it's Becker's choice in the third what to do. And coaches were talking about possibly going neutral and trying to get some points. Owen Becker, he said, hey, let's ride here, see what happens. And you got to have some confidence in your top wrestling to do that. And he's won some big matches, but unfortunately, Bast gets a reversal there. and we're putting points on the board here, 21-9. He's going to let him back on his feet. He's going to cut him loose. 21-9, up 11 here. He gets a takedown there. 23-10, up 13 with 1:32 left in the match. He's going to walk his way off the mat to get a restart. My guess here is he's going to go neutral. There he is. Obviously, he's working for Tech now. 23-11, right in on the shot. This is what I'll say to this. He's working. You know, he's putting in some time here. I know there's a lot of people that don't like this style of wrestling, of taking down, letting up. But, you know, when you can do that, it's a skill, man. It's tough. And 25-12, he's a takedown away from getting a tech fall in the finals here. Becker's going underhook here, trying to make something happen, drive it in. Bass is going to get the takedown here, and that is a tech fall with 56 seconds left in the third period. Ethan Bass is your sectional champion.
It's interesting because you talked about how his first 2 wins were pins, and not at all here. It felt completely different.
Yeah, and you don't know what's all gone into previous matchups. You don't know what the strategy is, so I can't really comment on that. But, you know, every once in a while, I like to see that takedown style. It's fun to watch takedowns. It's kind of like the old Greg Maddox, Tom Glavine commercial from back in the day, Chicks Dig the Long Ball. Well, people like to see points scored. Here we are at 120 pounds. We've got finals here with Lincoln Flater of Hartford, 36-2 coming into this match, gets a takedown right away. He's taking on Brady Daniels of Slinger, who's 26-12, coming into today's action. Flater with the early takedown and gave up the escape there. Back on the attack with kind of an outside fireman's there to get the 2 takedown. And what he did, what Flater did a nice job is he kept that arm as he came down. That forced Daniels to stay on his hip and then working that leg Turk in. That's some old school wrestling there. That guys like me love to see that leg Turk style. And we've talked about leg riding, what I think about it. That's the best leg ride that you can ever have is that leg Turk, and he's now turned it into kind of a butcher there for a pin. Got some legs getting caught up there, but Flater's in control. Up 4-1. He's got 3 near fall coming as soon as he breaks that lock. Flater, I should mention, is the number 2 ranked wrestler in Division I at 120 pounds. So very accomplished wrestler. And now he's got to run an arm bar. He's got Daniels on his back, and he's going to get a pin. So Lincoln Flater is your 2024 sectional champion. And for Hartford, that's their second champion in 3 weight classes. Shows you maybe why they were able to qualify for that team state. When you're able to put up points, especially early in the weights, you're able to beat a lot of people. So we've got an open weight and an open mat, and we're going to hold it here a little bit, and we're going to wait for the third place to finish. So Daniels right now is sitting in the second place finish. He beat Bailey Grodzinski of Cedarburg, who's wrestling the third place match. So if Grodzinski wins, there will not be a wrestle back. Right now in that match, it is 2-2 at the start of the second period. So the Slinger coaches, as you can see, sitting right across the mat, they're watching very intently on what's going on, because if Grodzinski wins that match, their kid, their wrestler, Daniels, is going to state. If Grodzinski loses, they'll be forced into a rest back. And look at this bonus coverage. Bonus coverage. Free wrestling on this stream. We're gonna watch it. So now we're in dueling commentary with Coach Slayton.
I mean, I'm not going to say we're the best, but we're the best.
Oh, nice reversal there. Nice reversal there by Ben Logan of Watertown, and now he's got Grodzinski on his back. And if you're Slinger, this is trouble. And he gets a pin. So we will have a wrestle back at 120 pounds, and Daniels will have to defend that number 2 spot in order to punch his ticket to the state tournament. All right, moving on to 126 pounds here.
Yeah, check some on his camera, so you just keep talking.
126 pounds here. We've got Emmett Becker of Slinger. He's a 37-12 freshman coming into the tournament, taking on Caleb Hillshafer of West Bend East, 30-12 junior coming into the tournament. Becker, in his first match today, won by fall, won by pin in 31 seconds, and in his semifinal match, won by fall in 1:45, so he has yet to get out of the first period. Hillshafer opened up today with a pin in 3 minutes and 5 seconds against Noah Hill of Hartford, and then won in the semifinals against Grayson Kennevan of Beaver Dam by a score 7-3. And Becker gets the first points of the match with a takedown at the edge of the mat. Head official in this match is Todd Schaff, president of the WWF, the Wisconsin Wrestling Federation, and his assistant referee is Jeff Gross. Again, 2 very strong officials making up the other half of our officiating crew. And we thank all 4 of our officials for their work and their service throughout the year and today. So we have a 2-1 match here with 1:16 left in the period. Both guys kind of keeping their distance, kind of eyeing each other up, kind of finding some space here. Now Daniels goes to a knee pick, but he's going to step out of bounds before he gets that call. If he would have dragged his toes there and kept him in, he probably would have gotten the call, but that right foot stepped out before he could bring it back in. Hillshafer looking for a body lock there. He soon retreats out. Becker with a nice front, I wouldn't call front headlock position, I would say more of a mantis position there. He's got his arms stuck, but he's going to re-snap. And if you're sitting at home watching that and you got young wrestlers there, that's a great tutorial there on what to do if you get caught with your arms underneath there in that position. You want to re-snap that and get your feet moving. And now it's 4-1 Daniels with 25 seconds left in the period. He's looking to lock up an arm bar. Hillshafer's doing a nice job defending there, but looking to control, and now he's got both sides, working both sides. Hillshafer's looking for a roll. That's not there. Now we got 8 seconds left in the first period. Daniels is up, or excuse me, Becker's up 4-1. For the Beaver Dam faithful maybe watching this, is tied at 0 at the end of the first. Kennevan and Rupno from Watertown.
A wrestle back at 1:20.
All right, second period. Hillshafer's down. Becker ride looks for a switch there, turns it into potentially a Granby, comes back around, comes underneath on the leg. He's got to face up here, get his hips, and Becker did a real nice job holding his position, attacking those hips and preventing him from coming through on the reversal. Now we're in a sit position here. He's looking for head, he's circling. And Becker's just going to cut him loose there. Obviously, West Bend East has done some Granby work in their room as he's done some short sits and looked for some rolls already in this match. And there's some really good positioning on Becker. Hillshafer went for a little bit of a throw, and Becker just kind of threw that arm off and to get the takedown there. So it's 6-2 with 1:12 and counting in the second period. Slinger in the white singlet there, the red score 6-2. And now he's looking for that leg Turk. Again, the best leg ride in the world is a leg Turk. You get that, it's going to be points every time. And he's working that wrist out, trying to either set up an arm bar or pull that arm out to more of a hammerlock. Looks like he's just going to attack underneath. Now now we're rolling. He's going to catch Hillshafer there. Now we're in an arm bar. Now it looks like he's got a double arm bar. That's tough. Now Hillshafer is going to have to fight to keep from getting up near fall. And he's getting the turn, he's getting near fall. 12 seconds left in the match, 11-10. Looking for that pin at the end of the period. Hilschafer rolls for him. That almost was dangerous. And that's time, no pin, but he's going to get 3 near fall there. Go up 9-2 heading into the third period. Slinger coach, they're telling him to go neutral. He's going to override and say, no, I'm going underneath. That will happen.
That looked like probably the most painful position I've ever seen a single wrestler in.
Yeah. If you've ever wrestled, you know exactly how tough that position is, and just watching it made my shoulder sore. I might have to go home take some ibuprofen just after watching that. Hilschafer, he's down 7 points. Now he's down 8 points, 10-2. He's got to find some offense here. Third period, 1:40 left. He's got to open up. He's got to find a way to get on the action. He looks for a single leg, switches into a double. He's looking to pop up underneath. Becker's doing a nice job. Locked in that crotch lock position. Now he's attacking the ankles. Now he's in for 2. That right there is what you want. You're tough with your hips. You're strong in that position. You wear that guy down. He doesn't have that strength to lift up through and get us 2. And now you can see Hilschafer just got called for stalling. He's getting called for stalling, folks, because he's keeping his head on the mat. He hasn't scored very often. His head isn't really coming up. It's down. That's where that stall is going to come from. And now Becker's going to work. He's got a leg in. He's pulling that arm out. That's going to get stopped awful quick. 12-2, 47 seconds left in the match. Becker again is a freshman. Oh, and this is a little old school. He's going to go optional start here. Now watch cradle. Yeah, someone's yelling for that in the audience, and he didn't go for it. So a number of years ago, instead of having to start optional start, the officials just allowed us to signal go neutral, and they gave the point. Kind of like with intentional walks now in baseball. Instead of throwing 4 balls, you can just pass them along. Well, now if you go optional start like that, it's usually a pretty good indication that something's coming, like a cradle. So it's interesting that he didn't go for it. But he gets a takedown, 14-3, 21 seconds left in the match. He's going to go neutral again. See, this time he didn't go optional. He just went up. Right back on the leg. He's up 10, 14-4. Nice single leg. Hilschafer's on the ankle. He's trying to defend here, but Becker's doing a nice job coming up through, turning the corner on those hips, getting his hips through. There's 2. That's real nice. That's a real nice job. Scored with 5 seconds. And what I really like about that Ninja is he kept working. He kept looking for points. He kept looking to score. That's going to pay off big at the state tournament. So Emmett Becker from Slinger is your individual sectional champion at 126 pounds.
Fans to our right really seem to like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Slinger fans are to our right, and the Watertown section's to our left. So we'll see how this goes. Old Little 10 rivals. On the third place match, looks like there's about 4 seconds left in the match. Kennevan from Beaver Dam is up 6-1. Unfortunately, he needed Hilschafer to win in the finals in order to get a wrestle back. So if this score holds, and it looks like it's going to, there will not be a wrestle back at 126. But what I will say for Grayson, he's a sophomore, so finishing third, you're knocking on the door. You use that as kind of a springboard to next season. And we move on to 132 pounds, and we see our first Beaver Dam wrestler in the finals match. That's Avery Femwright. Avery is a 35-9 junior coming in as a 10th ranked wrestler in Division I, but he's going to have his hands full. He has Kellen Wolbert of Oconomowoc as his opponent. Now get this, Ninja. Wolbert is not only the #1 ranked wrestler in Division I at 132 pounds, but he's nationally ranked, honorable mention, nationally ranked. He won the Cheesehead earlier this year. He's an outstanding wrestler. He was last year's state champion at 120 pounds. Wolbert and Femwright have wrestled a couple times this year, and Wolbert's got the best of them in both of those matches. So Femright knows this is a really tough matchup. In these types of matches, you go out, do the best you can, see what happens, and you just keep competing, because if your goal is to reach state tournament, win state tournament, well, you're going to have to beat some good wrestlers then too. So Wolbert jumps out to a quick lead in 28 seconds, 4-2. Wolbert, in his first round match, got a pin in 33 seconds, and then tech falled in the semifinals 23-4 over Sam Gehring of Slinger. Femright, for his day, got a pin in 3 minutes and 6 seconds in his first round match, and then won a tough match 3-0 against Oscar Estrada of Manitowoc Lincoln in the semifinals. So, Beaver Dam here, they're looking to wrestle well. It's 6-3. Femright's looking for some answers, looking to wrestle tough. But, in these situations where you have such a tough wrestler, you're also kind of watching that third place match. And that's not to take anything away from anything, but as a coach, you're looking at all those options and all those opportunities and what's out there, just keeping an eye on things. So it's 8-3. Wolbert's going to let Femright up. It's going to go 8-4. And look at that, just a little shot fake into a body lock. That was pretty smooth. Nice job there. 10-4, Wolbert with 24 seconds left. .23 seconds left. Wolbert's going to cut Femright to his feet. It's 10-5, looking for a takedown. So, and he's going to come up in a nice double leg finish to go 12-5 to finish the match. That's a real nice job. A nice return there, looking for near fall points. He's going to get one swipe. They're not going to give him the second swipe. We're going to go 12-5 into the second period. Oconomowoc had a changeover in coaching staffs, and former assistant of mine is helping lead that program there. That's Weston Klink on the right over in the corner. He was a place winner for Hartford back when he wrestled. And of course, to the far left is Nick Huckey, who is an outstanding wrestler for Arrowhead and wrestled at Mizzou for college. He's on the far left. And so I've watched that Oconomowoc program as I've had a little bit of a connection there, and outstanding people leading that program, and excited to see the continued growth of that program. Avery's down 14-5 here, and Wolbert's locking in now a tilt here and looking for extra near fall. It looks like he's just going to drive him up to his feet. Now it's 14-6, a minute 18 left. In case you're wondering what's going on in the third place match, Sam Gehring is leading 6-2 in the third place match. Again, Wolbert defeated Gehring in the semifinals. So if these scores hold up, there will be a wrestle back at 132 pounds. So in order for that not to happen, we need a change in one of these matches here. And Wolbert looks for a nice double and drives Femright off the mat there with 46 seconds left in the second period. Femright's got to find something here, and in a match like this, you're looking, he's not out of it. You got to look for some offense, so you got to find something to be positive here. He's on a shot defense, and Wolbert cuts that back down. And again, I know that Wolbert's a tough wrestler, but you're looking for something positive here, whether that's an escape, a reversal, a takedown, what have you. So 20 seconds left in the match. Wolbert's up 16-6. And 16-6, time running out in the second period. But I don't know what Can you mute me?
And Athletic Director Ryan Gerber having to take a quick walk down to the table because amongst all of his other duties, he is responsible for handling the overseeing of this event. Unfortunately, that means you are stuck with me for play-by-play, and this match has ended. More high school wrestling coming up.
All right, here we go. We're back at it. Had a little bit of a situation to take care of there, but we're back. Hopefully Ninja was able to talk you through the final piece there. Here we are at 138 pounds, 40 seconds left in the first period. We have Edwin Schrader from Oshkosh West coming in at 40 and 4 junior. Taking on Grant Dickinson of Slinger. Slinger, of course, is in the white singlet. We've seen them a few times. Dickinson comes in at 34 and 16. He's a senior on the year. Schrader is the number 4 ranked wrestler in Division I, coming into here at 138 pounds. And Schrader has a 2-0 lead, 13 seconds left in the match. Again, for all of our viewers there, I apologize for stepping away there. We had a situation, not crisis, just in the tournament. It's all taken care of now. So I apologize for that. And I guess Wade Bates will have to take that out of my pay for the day. So here we go. We're going in the second period. It's 2-0. Slinger's going to defer back to Oshkosh West, to Schrader. Again, the 40 and 4 junior. First match of the day, got a pin in a minute 18, and in the semifinals, got a pin in a minute 35. So this is the first time that he's seen the second period of the day, and he gets an escape there to go up 3-0. Escape with 9 seconds into the period. And Dickinson, his first match of the day, remember he's a 34 and 16 senior, and a takedown there by Schrader. Dickinson had a pin in 3 minutes and 27 seconds in the first round, and then won a tough 8-3 decision over Joe Logan of Watertown in the semifinals. Logan, by the way, came in as a substitution, a replacement, as he took 5th place last week at the regional and made his way into the semifinals. So nice job for him. Schrader, though, again, the number 4 ranked wrestler, has got a deep half there. Ryan McGuire's counting the near fall there. He's got a leg, he's got a half. That's a tough position. That's a chiropractor's dream right there. Got a nice deep half with a leg. He's got his 3 near fall. Now he's looking for pin, and there it is. And Edwin Schrader, the number 4 ranked wrestler at 138 pounds, is your individual sectional champion. From Oshkosh West. Now, Dickinson again defeated Joe Logan of Watertown. That's taking place in the third place matchup right now. Logan currently is down 4-2. So if this holds up, there will be a wrestle back. Now Logan with a big throw, puts him on his back. He can pin him out there as long as he keeps 2 points inbounds. He gets a pin. So here's a great story there. Great story. Number one, that's going to send Grant Dickinson, the senior from Slinger, to the state tournament. The Slinger fans are standing and clapping. But it also is a nice story for Joe Logan there, who took 5th place at the regional, and up until yesterday thought his season was over. Now he comes in as a substitution and ends up placing 3rd at the sectional tournament. So not only does that speak a little bit to the quality of that regional, but also the resolve of him to continue to practice, to continue work all week, to stay ready, stay hungry, and come ready to fight. 144 pounds, here we go. Sectional championship here. We have from Germantown, Eli Rabideau. He comes in at 39.6 junior. He's a number 7 ranked wrestler at 144 pounds. He's going to take on Liam Piakowski from West Bend East. He's 40-5 coming into today's tournament. He's a senior. He's a 6th ranked wrestler in the state. So we have the number 7 ranked wrestler in the state at 144 pounds against the number 6 ranked wrestler at 144 pounds. So 2 highly successful wrestlers this year, highly touted wrestlers this year. And those rankings, people say, do those rankings mean anything? Well, you're going to find out real quick how accurate those rankings are. Piankowski wearing the maroon and yellow, and I'm sure those aren't the right colors, and I'm sure someone will say something, but that's what it looks like. The ASU Arizona State Sun Devil look to him. And Rabideau from Germantown with what was a navy and white and more of a Penn State look to him. Squaring off here, a minute down in the first period, no score. Guys hand fighting in there, looking for wrist control. Rabideau got here. He defeated his first round matchup with a pin in 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and then in the semifinals won a decision 6-0. Piankowski got here by tech falling his first round opponent, 15-0. So a very clean finish in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. So he got a takedown basically, he got a takedown or reversal right at the beginning of the second period. And then in his semifinals match, got a fall or a pin in 3 minutes. So both these guys getting it done today. Piankowski looking for a low single there. They're doing a nice job scrambling. 8 seconds left. Rabideau trying to hold on. He's locked around the waist there, trying to prevent anything from happening. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to get out of here. No score in the first period. So one guy who's teched and a guy who's got a couple pins on the day, and we head to the second scoreless. Again, Rabideau in blue and white, the number 7 ranked wrestler at 144 pounds. He defeated the number 9 ranked wrestler in the semifinals, Jaden Yakov Oconomowoc, taking on the number 6 ranked wrestler in the state from West Bend East and Liam Piakowski here. So again, we started down below on the mat. Piakowski went down, got the escape, so we are at our first score of the match, which if we get into overtime and we have to talk about first score of the match, we will, but here's a cliff note. You want to be the first person to score because those things come back to benefit you later if you have to. So 1-0 match with 1:20 left in the second period. And again, we're back to hand fighting. We're looking for control. Nice leg slap there, kind of like just a fake there. I always told my wrestlers, if you can reach out and grab their leg, take it. Nice leg pass there by Piakowski. Rabideau is going to come out the backside and get the takedown there. So he's up 2-1, looking for a big return. Gets the return, looking to take that far wrist and control it. Stay in command here. They're awfully dangerous here on the edge of the mat. 45 ticks left in the period. Now again, old school fans might spot like, hey, they're letting them wrestle on that edge a lot more than they used to, and that's true. They've changed the rules a little bit. We haven't totally got to the college out-of-bounds rule, but we're getting closer, so it's allowing a little bit more action on the edge of the mat and preventing those stoppages and potential stalling there. So 26 seconds left. Piankowski is going to be down here looking for an escape, a reversal. Rabideau is obviously looking to keep it here and go into the third period because he will have choice. And there you go. That was an escape in 4 seconds? And then right back on the shot. Got to like that. His coach got to like that. He's on that ankle. Rabideau is going to the ankle whizzer, doing whatever he can to tie things up to prevent a late second score. Nice limp arm there. Nice job for 2. And then he gets his hips in trouble and gives up a reversal. And now what's going on here? Gross and Schaff are going to have to figure out what's going on here. He awarded the takedown. Then he did initially give a reversal, but it looked like he waved it off. And now they're going to say it was loss of control at 1 point. So rather than it being a 2-point reversal, it's going to be changed to a 1-point escape, loss of control. That should be 4-3 going into the third period, with Rabideau getting choice here. So Rabideau, you can see if you were watching close, he actually took his hands in motion initially to go neutral. His coaches said, no. We're down 1. Go down, look for that point. Piankowski going with a deep claw hook there on top with in a spiral ride position, doing a nice job controlling things. Look at this. This is a second attempted Granby we've seen today. Piankowski had that high half there. Now he's back to that deep claw around the neck and the chest there, looking for a return here. He's doing a real nice job riding here, keeping his hips with him. And now we're rolling. He's getting a little out of position. Got to get those legs back. Now we're in that sit position. Nice escape there. Both guys did a nice job following and wrestling there. Now we're tied 4-4. Rabideau back to the shot. Looking for potentially defensive pin here because no points have been awarded. Boy, I don't know. He was close there. 1:05 left. Back on our feet, 4-4. This is kind of how this match has gone this whole time. Poetic that with a minute left in the match, we are tied and we're on our feet. Looks like we might have gotten accidentally hit in the face, hit in the eye. The old thumb jab. (4-4), 40 seconds left. Someone's child is being carried across the floor there. I don't know who that was. There's he hasn't awarded a takedown now. He has. He's got a seat belt there. He's got it over the head there. It's 6-4. Piankowski's in trouble there. 6-4 with 17 seconds left. Just trying to stay off his back. Now we're getting near fall. And Rabideau is going to get the pin. Eli Rabideau from Germantown, the number 7 ranked wrestler in the state, is your individual sectional champion at 144 pounds.
Very physical wrestling there.
Yeah, both guys have obviously done a lot of training and spent some time in the room outside of the season. Both were in real good position, and you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes a guy just gets caught in a tough spot, and those things happen. That's why they wrestle the matches. All right, here we go. 150 pounds. We're not slowing down for anyone. From West Bend East is Carter Henschel coming into this tournament, 32-14 senior. And he's taking on Brady Krieger of Port Washington, who comes into today's tournament 35-6. He's also a senior. Krieger is currently the 4th ranked wrestler in the state at 150 pounds. Port Washington's a program that is one of those schools you sometimes see at Division I. They kind of bounce between Division II and I, just depending on where the enrollments are. But Port Washington has a legacy of strong wrestling, physical wrestling, so we always enjoy seeing them. And we're going to go off the mat, reset, neutral, 1 minute to go. Henschel, for his matches today, earned a tech fall in his first round match today, 18-2 in 4 minutes and 29 seconds. And then he defeated Beaver Dam's Easton Warden in sudden victory overtime, 5-3. So if you're a Beaver Dam fan, you're really hoping for Henschel to win this match as it's 40 seconds left. Krieger, for his journey today, won in the first round with a fall in 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And then in the semifinals, earned a tech fall victory, 16-1 in 4 minutes and 22 seconds. So these are both guys that can score a lot of points. These are both guys that have spent a lot of time in the gym wrestling and understanding takedowns and offensive wrestling and positioning. And so it's really no surprise here that we're 0-0 with 20 seconds left in the first period. Of course, West Bend East has had quite a few strong wrestlers come out of their program over the years. A few Henschels have come through that program through the years that have been very good wrestlers. So West Bend East, good to see them back and having a number of guys that look to qualify for the state tournament. Henschel's going to have choice here. He's going to choose down in the second period with the score tied 0-0. And again, if you're looking for some overtime foreshadowing, and I don't know if we'll get there or not, we'll see, but whoever scores the first point when you get to that ultimate tiebreaker gets choice. So scoring the first point in a match is super critical. So we're 0-0 here in the second period. Getting to that first point is going to be incredibly important for both of these guys if it's going to be this tight. .30 seconds have gone by in the second period. Nothing's really happened here. And Krieger's going to get called for stalling on top here. I guess the referee was saying he wasn't doing a whole lot on top to actively wrestle. And now it looks like Henschel's got some blood. So we're going to take some time to clean up blood and do that the right way. Again, if you're a Beaver Dam fan, you're looking for Henschel. Warden was just controlled a cradle and was getting near fall and broke it, and now he's on his back in a tough spot. And we're back on the first place match. Krieger on top, riding. Henschel on bottom, looking to get away, score points here. We're in a scramble position. Krieger's pulling that arm back, looking for a deep half. Now he's getting near fall. Now he's getting a turn. Warden just got pinned there. He was leading 6-0. Oh, there. Krieger caught Henschel there and gets the pin. Port Washington's Brady Krieger is your individual sectional champion. Henschel goes down. Thompson wins in the third place match. There will be a wrestleback at 150 pounds.
Absolutely amazed by the crowd that is still here, cheering, excited. Just a massive crowd today.
Yeah, and you know, if you just do dual meets, you don't get that feeling anymore. But these conference tournament, regional sectionals, you start to see that. And if you've never been to the Kohl Center for the individual state tournament, they do sell that building out. So it is a sight to behold. Wrestling fans are loyal. And, I always tell people that maybe don't understand wrestling as much. I tell them, people are here to watch their son or daughter, but they're also here to watch good wrestling. And so they stick around. So 157-pound championship match, individual regionals here. We have Ryland Schneider of Oshkosh West coming into today's tournament, 37-8. He's a junior, taking on Jacob Kidder of Hartford, coming into this match, 36-10 sophomore. This is another matchup between ranked wrestlers, and Schneider gets the advantage here. Schneider's the number 7 ranked wrestler in the state. Kidder is the number 6 ranked wrestler in the state. We had a takedown, we had 2 near fall, now we have a reversal, so it's 4-2. If you're scoring at home, that would be takedown, 2 near fall, 2 reversal. And what do you know? I'm just not going to say it yet. 1 escape. I say that like everyone's sitting at home with a scorecard like it's a baseball game. So we are 5-2. Schneider's in the advantage. He's green. Kidder from Hartford, the number 6 ranked wrestler at Division I at 157 pounds. He's down 5-2, make that 7-2 with 50 seconds left in the first period. Schneider's done a nice job getting on the attack here. Hartford's had a nice tournament so far. They've got a couple champions in the lighter weights. And I didn't hear if there was a wrestle back, and we'll find out. But Hartford's had a nice tournament today.
At 150, you said?
There is a wrestle back at 150 pounds. 9-2. Schneider keeping the advantage here. We're gonna run that clock out, 5 seconds here, and go into the second period. Again, thank you for watching today. Here is Beaver Dam High School. We're happy to present both the regional last week, but the sectional this week, and we're even more excited and proud that the Daily Dodge agreed to stream these events for us, not only to show off this great venue, but also to show off the sport of wrestling. Make sure you're showing them some love, checking them out and checking their feeds out. And I know their social medias, they're doing a few things, so make sure you're showing them some love there. We appreciate all the support they provide. Beaver Dam Athletics, but also athletics in the area. We're back on our feet here. Kidder's going to get an escape here. And it is 9-3 with a minute 40 left. And I don't know what happened there, but Schneider's now on his back. Kidder looking for a pin. He's down 9-3, but he's now in a position to finish off the match with a pin if he can hold him here. Well, and he got back, Schneider got back to his belly and fought off a tough half there. So now the complexion of the match changes completely. We were talking 9-3, now it's 9-8, and why not? Escape right away, go from belly to your feet, neutral, 10-8. Back on the attack, Schneider is back on that single, switches to a double leg. And that is, yes. So you've got mixed reactions there. Schneider was in on that double leg. Hartford backed right off the mat while the legs were controlled there. Interesting call simply because it's hard to be called for stalling in a defensive position, but that's what they did there. Now a nice fireman's carry there by Schneider to get a takedown and running a high half. We got to watch that shoulder, and it's now put Kidder right on his shoulders there looking for a pin. That's a tough position for Kidder to be in. Tony Wilson, the official on this one. Ryan McGuire, the assistant. You're looking for that shoulder. .14 seconds left to try to finish off. Schneider's got to, he's got to grab that arm and straighten that out. I think he's going to run out of time here, but 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and that is the period. So add 3 more near fall points onto that. Schneider's up 15-8 as we enter the third period at 157 pounds. Again, while we have a little break in the action, I'll just say you've watched about half the wrestling. If you think you would be good to officiate, or if you think you could do better, or if you just want to help us out and continue to make this this sport available to future generations, please consider being an official. Reach out to your local athletic director. They'll help you get started, but we are in desperate need of officials. We're very fortunate to have 4 good ones here today. But we do need more officials, as so many officials retire or age out, as they would say. So please consider helping us out. Please consider being an official. Even if you just help us out on JV, we'd be in a much bigger spot. So please make that consideration. 15-8 here on mat, the championship mat. Minute 30 left. Ryland Snyder of Oshkosh West leading 15-8. Looks like my kid has lost interest in what's going on. He's just pacing the entire gym. Or maybe he wants to get into coaching. I don't know what's going on here. But Schneider gets a takedown here, runs his lead up. With a minute left, 17-8. Well, I think they got the score wrong. Now they have it 19-8. We'll go with it until they change it. Kidder's got to start working here. It's 19-9. He's down 10. Schneider did the right thing and dropped down to single. In a lot of situations like that, Ninja, when you're down big points, a lot of times guys will look for a big throw because really you can't beat them on points. You got to look for a pin. So if you are the wrestler in control and you're way up, the best you can do, take away upper body, take away those throws, get down on a single leg, get where they can't throw you, get in, stay offensive down there, and that's exactly what Schneider did there. He's now up 21-9 with 15 seconds left in the match. Why not? Escape, 21-9. Schneider's just going to stay down on those legs, capturing that leg. Kidder's not going to be able to do anything there. There's a takedown, 23-10 is your final. Ryland Schneider of Oshkosh West is your individual sectional champion. Well, Ninja, what do you think?
I mean, it's been exciting so far. I mean, if you've been to a duel, it's one thing, and there's excitement, but there's so much going on, so many people cheering. Probably some of the, I mean, I'm not one to judge, but some of the best wrestling I've seen thus far. I don't even know what to say.
Well, maybe I'll have to stay on Wade, see if we can get a stream at the state tournament. Who knows? All right, so Terrell of Slinger is going to win that match, and that's going to force a wrestle back at 157 pounds. Here we go, 165, first place match. Caleb Peckerell of Hartford coming in as the number 10 ranked wrestler in the state at 165 pounds. He's 40 and 5 as a junior coming in. He's taken on Logan Hespy of Watertown. He's a senior, 34 and 11 coming into today's tournament. Peckerell gets a quick takedown. Now he's in on a cradle. A minute 35. He's got Hespy in trouble here. Ryan McGuire looking for those shoulders, looking for that pin potentially. Peckrell's doing a nice job controlling that other foot. Hespe's using that foot to try to keep the shoulders up. And that's a pin. That's a pin. With 46 seconds into the match, Peckrell gets a win. And what do you know it? I'm seeing a bunch of numbers up there. It looks like it's 100th career victory. So not only is, there's the announcement. Caleb Peckrell not only is your individual sectional champion, but with a pin in the first period, wins his 100th win. So congratulations to him. Nice job. Best of luck at the state tournament, adding to that win total for Hartford. And Hartford, once again, has another sectional champion, again, showing why they will be competing at the team sectional, or excuse me, the team state tournament in March. On the third place match, you have Landon Groh from Beaver Dam. He's a sophomore, 28-9. He wrestled Peckrell, so for Landon, he's got everything set up for himself. If he can just find a way to win this match, he's going to have a wrestle back. He's taking on Jaden Franzak of Oshkosh West. So again, these are those games within the game, right? So we just called the first place match and all the things that went with that. And again, congratulations to Caleb Peckrell. 100 wins, that's a heck of an accomplishment. I know there's some old timers that are saying, well, back in my day, we didn't get that many matches. Yeah, neither in mine either. But just imagine winning 100 matches. And he's not even a senior, he's a junior. So lots of wins to come. But that game within a game now, we've got this third place match here, Landon Groh of Beaver Dam. And you know, when you get ready for these matches, you worry about yourself and worry about what it's going to take for you to win. But knowing that if you get some help, you got a shot. Well, here we go. Landon's got everything set up where if he can find a way to win this match, he's going to put himself in a position to have a wrestle back. But he's got to get that done. And of course, Franzak, he's already lost to Hespe, so if he wins this match, he finishes third, he won't get a wrestle back. So he's, at this point, he's wrestling for third, for pride, to finish hard. You know, and those are the things you want as a coach. You want to wrestle tough. Now we're in a scramble position here. Landon's doing a nice job coming to his feet, gets one there, so it's 2-1. Again, if you've been looking for third place matches today, you can check out our other stream. Former head coach Jeff Slayton's been making the call on those third place matches all day. Now we're doing a dual simulcast. This probably isn't as entertaining as the Mannings on Monday Night Football, but but what is? Grows in on a single leg, but he's on his belly. You can't score from your belly. So he's working his way back up. Franzak is doing a nice job controlling that ankle, keeping his hips back. We're going to get in a stalemate position with 1 minute and 1 second left in the second period. Officiating's been good today. We got a real nice crew here, and they've been in position. They've been doing a real nice job. So hats off to them. But again, I'll continue to make that call for we need more officials. Franzak in on a single leg. Groh kind of got caught out of position there and ended up with a neck wrench there to defend and just ran out of room there. Otherwise, he would have gotten a takedown there. Two to 1, 25 seconds left in the match, or excuse me, in the second period here. We're mirroring that arm. Franzak's kind of just draping that arm on the collar tie. Now we shot at the far leg. That's a far leg shot. That's tough to get. You know, when you're taking that single leg, you really want to be shooting at the near leg. So whether you're setting that up, getting a step, whatnot. But he has an opportunity here. He's got to work his body through. He's got to keep getting his hips through. And that is 2 takedown right at the last minute. They're going to award 2. Nice perseverance there, staying with it. And now Groh's going to take a 3-2 advantage into the third period. Franzak is going to choose down to start the third period. If you didn't catch that, Coach Winker's yelling, write them out, write them out. No points here. Starting with some wrist control here, looking for potentially a coffee grinder. Now we're back to cross wrist control, falling back onto that single leg to try to keep control and not give up anything. He needs to get back behind here to get control. Now switching to a double. Now we're in trouble. Now the lock is broken. Franzak is turning the corner. Groh is keeping that leg, keeping that single. Referee is showing there with his hand outstretched that technically Groh is still in control. He's still in position, and because he was able to hang on to that ankle, he's going to get a stalemate there. Now, if you're Oshkosh West, you don't necessarily like that call. You'd like to see it rest a little bit longer as he's making some moves there to get around the corner, but it is what it is. Minute 18 left in the third period and moving. Groh's on that cross wrist ride. He got a trip to bring him back on a mat control. Looks like he's trying to throw a leg in on top. Looking for that cross wrist again. And again, you want to keep hip pressure. You want to get to that cross wrist. He's got his right leg in. He's controlling the hips with 56 seconds left. He's trying to roll those wrists over the top, maybe get one to come out behind. Again, trying to roll that leg in. He's getting a little bit high. He needs to keep his head up, and because he's riding parallel, because he wasn't getting a turn there, referee's going to call stalling on the top man with 43 seconds left. If that was college wrestling, they wouldn't call that stalling because, they encourage you to do that. But in high school, they aren't afraid to call stalling on the top man. So he's got to get a right out here. He's got 37 seconds left, but he's got to stay active. If he gives up another stall call, it will be a point to his opponent. So he can't get lazy. He can't get inactive. He's got to stay active on top. He's got his leg back in. Now he's working that half. Now he's in some trouble. He's got to keep his hips up. He's got to push off that leg. He got one swipe. He's getting in trouble. He's lost the lock, which is turned into a half Nelson by Franzak with 6 seconds left. And Franzak's going to win that match 4-3. And there will not be a wrestleback at 165 pounds. Heading back over to the championship match, 175 pounds. We've got the local guy, Colton Schultz of Beaver Dam, wearing the gold singlet. And he'll be taking on Jacob Momper of Germantown. Colton Schultz comes in as a sophomore. He's 34-8 coming into today's tournament. Won his first round match by fall in 3 minutes and 10 seconds and won in the semifinals 7-5 in a dramatic fashion. He's taking on Jacob Momper of Germantown. He's a junior, 36-11, won his first round match 9-3, and then himself won a tough match in the semifinals 8-6. And I don't know if he meant to hit a Metzger there, but that's kind of what it looked like. Both guys were reaching back, and now he's going for a three-quarter Nelson on top. It's 2-0. He's trying to suck that head underneath his body. I'm going to tell you, again, another chiropractor's dream there. And it's 2-0. I don't think he gave an escape. I don't think he gave loss of control. Now they're going to talk about it. This is where the assistant referee comes in. When close calls like that, especially on the edge, now they're going to give loss of control. Both guys up after they kind of deliberated on that. 2-1 Schultz in this match. Schultz comes in as the number 11 ranked wrestler in Division I. He's had a heck of a season and kind of came out of nowhere, but just kept racking up wins throughout the year and has really put himself in a nice position his sophomore year. You see Momper here wants to go Russian, and he grabbed a Russian. Colton looked like he was uncomfortable. Instead of attacking the high hand off the bicep and ripping that off, he tried to spin, and you just can't do that. You're giving up your hip, you're giving up your back, and an experienced wrestler is going to take advantage of that. But then we're going to roll here from the bottom, and that should be 2 reversal right there. And so I guess forget everything I just told you here. We need a mat return. We're not going to get that. That's kind of sloppy there, if I have to say. And he's going to get himself in bad position. He's going to get taken to his back. And this is a tough position to be for Schultz, although he's looking to power out of there. Now he's got the far leg. He's got to lift that far leg. He's also got his arm stuck here. I'd hate to be trying to score this match. I won't try. I'll just go with whatever they say at the head table here. It looks like it's 8-6 Momper with 3 seconds left in the match. Schultz got to hold on to this. And now everyone's just got to take a big, deep breath and reset.
Me too.
And it looks like there's a tape issue here. While he's standing there, hats off to Marshfield Medical Clinic for providing us with an athletic trainer today and throughout the year. And I know that sounds like, well, why would you do that? Well, if we're in desperate need for officials, we're even more desperate need for athletic trainers. There's a lot of schools that are competing throughout the year that don't have a trainer, and that's because they just aren't out there. You can't, will them into existence. So we need more of those. So if you've got people at home that are interested in getting into the medical profession and like sports, please send them the way of athletic training. We need them. And again, in order to keep our athletes safe, we need that support, and we're happy to have Marshfield Medical Clinic providing that service for us. Colton Schultz here on top, riding in the third period. He's got both legs in. Momper is coming up. Germantown's calling for stalling, but that's not a stall call there. That's a ride out with both legs in. This is a tough position for anyone to be in. That should be potentially dangerous. And Momper kind of got away with that. If a guy comes up with double legs in, you can't not fall straight back. He kind of fell off the side. If he would have fallen straight back intentionally, that would have been an illegal move. And I'm not saying maybe that was his intention. That's just what happened there. You got to be careful in that situation. Schultz is back on top. He's again working that three-quarter Nelson. And look, he got him to flip. He got it. He got a pin there. Wow. I cannot. That is impressive. That is strength. I'm going to guess that Momper's neck is going to be pretty sore tomorrow. Congratulations, sophomore Colton Schultz, getting the pin. He is your 2024 individual sectional champion. Wow.
A lot of strength there. Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. You got a guy that's reaching on your head, pulling it underneath your body. If anything else, he might have extended his neck a little bit. I don't know. That again, a chiropractor's dream. That's strength, that's perseverance, that's grit, that's toughness. That's awesome. And now he's going to go give Mom a hug.
There you go. That's a good boy right there.
Awesome job. So if we're considering Momper here now, Momper defeated Holloman of Watertown in the semifinals. So it looks like Holloman's up 3-2 in this match against Thomas Gehring of Slinger. So for Momper's sake, he's becoming a Watertown fan here, and Slinger's going to let him go neutral here, give him the point here. So he's up 4-2 in the third period. So again, Germantown, you're rooting blue here to give yourselves that automatic shot to the state tournament. So we're going to be finishing up 175 pounds here. We'll be this will follow up with 190, 215 in heavyweight to follow, and then we've got, I don't know, I've lost track. We've got a couple wrestlebacks. The wrestlebacks, when they come back, again, we're wrestling for true seconds. So if the second and third place guys haven't wrestled each other, they will compete against one another. Those will be on first come, first serve matches. And we've got some blood on the mat. Yeah, why don't we take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back hopefully for the end of this match.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate, plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster at Columbus Family Dental. If you've been unhappy with your smile, it's time that you come and see us. Our team of doctors are waiting to help you get your smile back. We'll take the time to talk with you and treat you like a member of our family, not just another number. Whether it's a whole mouth makeover or simply a little tweak, we'll find the right solution that fits you. For your free, no-pressure consultation, call us today at 623-5559.
We are back here with the 175-pound third-place match. If you're just tuning in and you're like, wait a second, I thought I clicked on first place. Well, that's because the first-place match ended with a dramatic pin, so we're giving you some bonus coverage. We're not competing with Coach Slayton over there, but, just some bonus coverage. Let's see here. We'll recap here. We've got Braden Holloman of Watertown wrestling Thomas Gehring, a Slinger. Watertown's in the black and blue, Slingers in the red and the white. Watertown is leading 4-2 with 28 seconds left in the third period. On the first place mat at 175 pounds, Colton Schultz of Beaver Dam defeated Jacob Momper of Germantown with a pin in the second period. For Momper to hold his spot at second place and qualify for the state tournament, he's an active fan of Braden Holloman here. And again, we'll get to the wrestlebacks a little bit later, but again, just as a primer, if you're watching and you're not really sure what the heck I'm talking about, and I don't blame you, at times I feel like I'm talking about like the Micro Machine Man, which dates me a little bit here. We wrestle at the sectional tournament for true second place. So if the guy who takes second and the guy who takes third haven't wrestled each other, that forces a wrestleback to a true second place. We want the top two guys going on to the state tournament. Gehring in on a shot with 15 seconds left. Holloman defending. Now we're in a danger position here. Gehring's got that leg, but he's not able to pop his head through. Holloman's just trying to hold on. He's watching the clock. Time runs out. Holloman's going to win the third place match. And Momper, if you're a Germantown fan, will be qualifying for the state tournament in second place. Back to the championship match, 190 pounds. We have Quentin Ortegan of Fond du Lac wrestling Connor Mirasola, and you're going to hear that last name come up. Connor Mirasola here from West Bend West, 44-0 senior coming into this match. I better get all this in before we go. He's the number one ranked wrestler at 190 pounds in Division I. He is last year's state champion at 195 pounds, and get this, he's the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country at 190 pounds. And by the way, he'll be taking his wrestling services to Penn State University next year to wrestle for Cale Sanderson and the Nittany Lions. Easy for me to say. 7-1. Pretty quick here. We're going to go up on our feet. Mirasola up 7-2. Mirasola hasn't wrestled beyond a minute in this tournament. He got his first round pin in 16 seconds, and in the semifinals got a pin in 51 seconds. He's up 9-2 here with 1:10 left. Ortegon got a pin. He comes in 41-2 as a freshman into this tournament. He got a pin in the first round in 1:28, and then won in the semifinals 7-3 over Mason Grow. Ortegon pulls that arm out, puts it on the back. Now he's just going to scoop the head. He's got that leg locked, and he's looking to drive over the top. He looks like he's got a nice deep cradle here. Again, senior, one of the best in the country, second-ranked wrestler in the country, going to wrestle for Penn State next year. His brother will be seeing him at heavyweight in a couple matches. Gets a pin in the first period. Connor Mirasola, individual sectional champion, will be going to the state tournament to defend his crown.
You guys have definitely put some time in the weight room.
Yeah, he puts his time in. He wrestles all year long. He's an academy wrestler. I won't go into that today because we're not going to do the free advertising gig. But if you're a wrestling fan and you've been around it, you know about the Mirasola brothers, and they're pretty impressive. And now he's going to go and get his run in on the other side of the field house to cool down. I would expect to see him in the finals at the state tournament next week. Switching over to the third place match, we have Mason Grow of Beaver Dam, a junior, 36-11. He is taking on Owen Sojberg of Watertown. Sojberg is the number 8 ranked wrestler in the state at 190 pounds for Division I. It's a 0-0 match, 30 seconds into the second period. For Grow, he's in that position now where he's wrestling for pride. He's wrestling to finish his season up. The best he can do is third place here now with Mirasola winning a championship. For Sojberg, if he can find a way to win this match, he'll force a wrestle back. So there are some stakes here between these two. But of course, Mason, he's had a really nice season here. 36 wins coming in. Won his first round match 10-4. So he's looking to finish his season up tough and have some pride and finish third and use that as a stepping stone into next season. Why don't we step out here as we finish up the second period? We'll step out for 2 minutes, come back and pick up the action here in Beaver Dam High School.
Cheer. Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it is commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement, online at hometownglass.com.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
Chris Klodowski Real Estate. As a realtor, there is such joy in driving past one of our clients' houses that is now the place they call home. Be it a first-time home buyer, a relocation to our community, or someone upsizing or downsizing. We are passionate about the place you call home and meeting your wants and needs each step of the way. We sell the houses, you make it a home. Questions? Give us a call, 920-219-9212. Klodowski Real Estate, your trusted real estate advisors.
When it comes to a winning lineup, turn to the selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam. Their team goes the extra mile to provide a winning experience, from hassle-free financing options to exceptional customer service. It's like having a dedicated cheering section cheering you on in every step of the vehicle purchase. Give the team at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam a call at 920-885-3301 or visit napleton151.com and find new roads with their winning inventory.
Match, Mason Grove taking Owen Sochberg of Watertown here. It is tied 1-1, 30 seconds left in the third place match. Sorry about that. Third place match here, tied 1-1, 20 seconds left. Mason Grove Beaver Dam just got taken down here. 16 seconds left. Owen Sochberg is leading. If Sochberg can get this win, he's going to have a wrestle back. It's 3-2 now. Grove needs a takedown. Little too late here. Grove's gonna fall 3-2 in third place match, and Sochberg will get a wrestle back at 190 pounds. By the way, while we transition to 215 pounds, I got to do a shout out to the Beaver Dam boys hockey team, which this week went up to Fond du Lac and won a thrilling 4-3 game against the Fond du Lac. The Badgerland team against the Badger Conference, Coach Kraft and Coach Huff and Pashley's team doing a real nice job. They'll be wrestling Tuesday up in Bayport against number 1 seed for a chance to advance. They've been a real exciting team to watch the last couple of years. I'm real excited for them and happy for them. And while I'm talking about boys hockey, we're missing a great match here. Garrett Kaczynski of Port Washington has got Nathan Steebs of Germantown on his back 30 seconds into the match, looking for a pin at 215 pounds. He's going to get 3 there. He's up 5-0, and looks like he's trying to let Steebs go. No, he's just baiting him into a front headlock position and didn't get it. Now he's got an arm bar, but unfortunately where he's at, he's going to have to pull him back in order to get a pin or a near fall, and he just grabs him by the throat and brings him back over. Minute left. Steebs is in a tough position there on the side of the mat, looking for a pin here. Kaczynski, by the way, is the number 2 ranked wrestler at 215 pounds, coming in as a sophomore, 38-2 on the season, gets the pin there over Steebs, who is a junior, 39-8. And Kaczynski is your individual sectional champion. And by the way, that kid is a sophomore. Could have fooled me. He's pretty impressive. So look for, if you're circling people in your bracket next week at the state tournament, that would be one I would circle. We're going to head over to the third place match, some bonus wrestling. We have Nelson Fournier of Oshkosh West. He's the number 10 ranked wrestler at a 215 pounds coming into the tournament, 37-9 junior. He's taking on Aiden Grolke of Hartford, 35-7 sophomore, ranked 11th in the state at D1 at 215 pounds. By the way, I mentioned the boys hockey team and had a big win. I also need to mention the girls hockey team. They hosted the Stoughton Icebergs Thursday night as well. That team has been on a resurgence this year, and Pogo's done a real nice job. They defeated Stoughton 5-0. They'll take on the Metro Lynx next Tuesday in Middleton for a chance to move through the playoffs. Again, Beaver Dam, we've had a heck of a winter season. Girls basketball is always tough. Boys had a huge win last night against Monona Grove to add to their seeding as they get ready for this weekend. Wrestling, of course, had a real nice season. Just missed out on a team conference championship and a team sectional run by just a few points. Had a number of guys in the first place and third place matches. And then the boys hockey team, they've moved on to the third level of the playoffs. They'll be going up to Bayport. And again, the girls team, they're moving into the second round. They'll be playing the Metrolynx, which they've beaten at home. They've split the season 1-1. So they have a great shot at winning. So as an athletic director here, couldn't be happier, couldn't be prouder. We've got tremendous coaches, but we have even more tremendous athletes, student athletes. They're getting it done in the classroom. They're getting it done in their arenas, if you will. And I just hope, Ninja, that we have this same success in the spring as we've had in the winter, because if we do that, it's going to be a great year. And I can't say enough about this senior class. You know, there are, you know, if you're in athletics long enough, you notice classes come through, and we've been so blessed with this senior class across all sports. Not only are they great athletes, but they turn out great to support each other. We had a huge student section last night at the boys game of people from all different sports and all different backgrounds. Same thing with the hockey game up in Thursday up in Fond du Lac. I expect to see that support continue, and I just got to say that's one really awesome thing that we've experienced here in Beaver Dam over the last few years, is that support and that team camaraderie. But the fans out there, they don't want to hear that. They want me to call the action. So I'm sure your emails are blowing up saying, forget that. Let's talk about what's going on the mat. We got a 1-0 match here. 35 seconds left in the second period. Oshkosh West's Fournier is leading 1-0. And I talked too soon because Grolke of Hartford's going to get the reversal with a cradle. Now he's going to put him on his back with a potential pin here. He's pretty flat there. And he's got the pin. And Grolke will have a shot at a wrestleback. So another Hartford wrestler with a chance to go to the state tournament. So there will be a wrestleback at 215 pounds. And now, Ninja, the big boys come out. The heavyweights hitting the mat here. And I'm going to start my read here pretty quick. Garrett Martell of Oshkosh West, 41-8 senior, coming in, the number 6 ranked wrestler in Division I. Wrestling for Oshkosh West. He'll take on the other Mirasola brother, Cole Mirasola of West Bend West. Mirasola is the number 1 ranked heavyweight in Division I in the state. He is the number 3 ranked, nationally ranked, number 3 ranked heavyweight in the country. He was state champion last year at heavyweight. He's already up 4-1. And by the way, Cole is going to join his brother Connor at Penn State next season. So another really strong performer. And he just faked Martell out there with a go behind. He's up 6-2, 30 seconds into the match. He's going to cut him loose. Look at that low single. That's going to pay off dividends in Happy Valley. And now he's looking for the pin. Just a nice hard crossface. He's up 8-3 with 1:15 and counting. Looking for the pin. Nice leg turk there, and gets a quick pin. So Ninja, you got 2 brothers that are phenomenal at wrestling, and they both must go right from here right to the weight room, because they're both just got muscles on top of muscles. What do you think dinner's like at home?
Protein.
And that's a pin in the third place match. So that finishes the finals, but that doesn't finish our coverage. So what's going to happen next is we've got some girls finals coming up.
Girl wrestlers, can you meet us out on the number
they're going to do the handshakes, and then when they're done, we're going to come back and do the wrestlebacks for the boys. So we're going to take let's go 4-minute break, and we'll come back and we'll reset, and we'll see you back for some more great wrestling.
The comfort in your home is too important to trust to just anyone. With over 75 years in the industry, Surefire Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to bring our community the heating and cooling services you deserve. Expect nothing short of excellence in service, installation, and 24/7 emergency service. As a premier Lennox dealer, we carry the best in equipment to bring you and your home peace of mind. Schedule your annual maintenance or claim your free in-home estimate today, 920-485-4883. Surefire, keeping what's important comfortable since 1947.
At Summit Ford Beaver Dam, We are committed to serving the customers in our community, to bringing you into our dealership and making the buying process easy, fun, stress-free, and memorable. Thank you for choosing us and voting us Dodge County's best place to buy a new or used vehicle. Stop in today for a test drive and to see how we can help you find the car of your dreams. Summit Ford Beaver Dam.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Stop in and see everything that our store has to offer. We built it just for you. We have mattresses, box springs, power bases, bedroom sets, furniture, living room sets, dining sets, everything that you would need to complete your entire home. We've got our interest-free financing and a really great local staff here to help you. So you've got all local people here to help you out from start to finish for anything that you would need. So stop in, shop local, and save big with us.
Hi, I'm Josh Schneider with Silica for Your Home. We have a great feature available in our showrooms, our digital price tags. They search the internet every day and allow us to adjust the prices based on our competitors. That ensures you are always getting the best deal. If it finds a lower price, it will automatically change our Silica price in real time. These digital price tags are all about saving you time and money. Shop Silica for Your Home for the best sales, service, and selection.
It's the President's Day sales event at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam. Hello, this is Brent Reed with the last call for all you Hemi engine muscle car enthusiasts. The Hemi engine is going away, but we got a couple of beauties that just arrived for some lucky buyers. Take $5,000 off a brand new 23 Dodge Charger Daytona RT in B5 Blue or a Challenger RTTA package in the beautiful and iconic Plum Crazy. For you SUV buyers, Jeep Grand Cherokee Limiteds with the black appearance package, only $46,678. Let our family take care of your family at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam and ReedChrysler.com.
At Preferred Dental Partners, our core values are more than just something we put on our wall. They're something we live out. Core value number 2 is the wow experience. This means that from the moment you walk in the door until the time you leave, we want to provide an experience for our patients that is unlike anything you've had before. There are lots of choices of dentists, and we never want anyone to feel they have to be here. We want them to choose to be here because they feel heard, welcomed, and well cared for. If you want to see what the wow experience is about, call or text Preferred Dental Partners today.
The winter weather can play havoc on your hands and hair. Fear not, the folks at Wonder Nails and Spa has just the ticket for you. Call 887-4374 and let them pamper you. Let them chase away those winter blues. Let's talk hair. Long, beautiful hair, shining, whoa, I digress. The team of cost cutters will put a shimmer and shine to your mood, and their retail products are the best in the business. Call 885-0437 today. That's why you hear everyone say, I shop Park Village Shopping Center, and you should too.
Hi, this is Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We are proud to support all Beaver Dam athletes. While at home watching high school sports, why not be comfortable? McKinstry's is a lazy boy comfort studio. We have sofas, recliners, sectionals, and reclining sofas. Stop into McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and add comfort to your home.
Year after year, McKinstry's.
An improvement, did you?
We are back. We are back in the Beaver Dam Fieldhouse.
I got nothing yet.
For the girls.
I can hear you though. You're good.
Girls
okay.
wrestling.
I just can't. Okay.
Girls finals. And we're going to split them here. And I have a guest. I have Coach Jeff Slayton here. We're gonna tag team the finals here.
Yeah. Over here.
How'd the finals go in the boys? For
Good. I mean, the third place matches, there's a lot of tight matches, more pins than I thought would be. Because usually, at this level, you don't see a whole lot of pins, unless you got that kid who's a stud that comes out and pins everybody.
Thank you to Coach Moore for getting those brackets for us.
All right.
He loves a shout out. Show him the love. There he is.
Yeah.
So
this is 107 over here.
So we won't have a 100-pound bracket. We'll jump right into 107. We've got Sarah Mrazek of Oshkosh West. She comes into the bracket today, 10 and 13 freshman. She's taking on Maya Brosnick of Watertown. She's she's 6-9 on the season, junior in the finals here.
Yeah, and it looks like right now the upperclassman has the points with a takedown.
I love the hip heist that she hit there to get the go behind the 2 points. You don't see that.
Right,
There's
right.
position getting out of hand position. And then at 114 pounds, we have Maya Kirchner of Hartford. She's 22-10 as a sophomore coming in against Scarlett Shreve of Oconomowoc. She's 8-4 freshman. So a lot of youth on the mat right now.
I'm guessing Maya must have been in their normal lineup with that many matches, the way it looks.
Well, and as you know, there's more and more matches being available, a lot more tournaments there. So it's the girls division is growing.
Yeah, and being a former head coach like yourself, I mean, we used to have the girls right in the mix with the boys, and I think this gives the girls that opportunity to at least be at a level where they can compete and feel like they're competitive. And, where in the past you'd get that one girl every once in a while that would come along, but for the majority it was tough, just tough for them.
Well, we talked about it on the pregame where, a lot of schools, the only offering 4 female student athletes in the winter is really basketball,
right?
Maybe cheerleading. So, we're real lucky here to have girls basketball, of course, girls hockey, but now this third opportunity for girls to get on the mat and scrap.
And not only that, these girls now, as they graduate, have an opportunity. There's more colleges taking on sanctioning girls wrestling more than ever. So that's there too for them.
And a lot of those places are looking to fill those scholarship positions as their Title IX considerations and evening things out. So, a lot of these girls, they should stick with it. There are scholarship opportunities out there as well. Aside from just competing and having that opportunity, just like the boys. And I was telling Ninja, a lot of these girls, hopefully, as they stick with it, will be the next girls' coaches of the future. And you start to really build out the infrastructure.
Yeah, because it's hard to have 2 programs in a high school, without some type of intermingling cooperation between, because you can't afford the budgets to keep them separate. And colleges can do that, where high schools, you got to figure out a magical way to make it happen. And I mean, you can assign a coach in your staff to be the girls' coach and go to the matches that they go to, and there's ways to do it. That,
And that's a big emphasis with the WWCA. For the end of the year and going into next year is don't just assign somebody to the girls on your staff. Let's start filling that spot out. Making it an official position. And I know, like here in Beaver Dam, they've already talked. Coach Lauterbach is really taken an interest in that, and he's looking at being the girls' coach next year. He already this year, that was his assignment when there was female tournaments.
Sure.
And part of that too will help grow the numbers. Those girls, if they know they have a coach that's going to be there and consistent, then it's a little easier for them to transition.
And it's not just a male audience either, And I mean, I give girls credit for wanting to get out in front of a bunch of guys and wrestle, because you and I come from the old school of, there weren't very many who did. I mean, I seem to have 1 or 2 almost every year, and every once in a while I get a really good one. But a lot of them end up becoming wrestling managers back in those days.
I want to say, I believe Mel Dow, who's the associate director at the WIA, I think he sent out a communication over the week that said that they expect about 830 wrestlers, female wrestlers, to compete today in Wisconsin. Now, just think about that. You might have seen 1 or 2 girls wrestlers in an area.
Going everywhere, yeah.
And now it's really grown, and it's grown significantly from last year. So, we need to keep growing these opportunities. The more that we do that, the sport's going to grow because it's going to become more widespread.
And it's one of those things, anything you can add to wrestling in the wrestling world, you never want to take something away. Because you know as well as I do, once you take it away, you never see it again. And some of these young ladies can come up and be coaches, and they can carry on that tradition of learning the moves and how to coach it. I mean, become referees. We've seen a few female referees in the wrestling world now too as well. And as well as anybody, referees are hard to come by these days.
They are. So, we talked earlier, the pregame, these really are the pioneers we're going to be looking back at this 10 years from now when presumably the sport continues to grow, and we're going to be looking at this class and just saying, look, these were real pioneers that really led the charge. And looking back,
and right now there's a lot of other states who are starting to explode with girls wrestling as well, not just Wisconsin.
And I think you could see that at the collegiate level. The NCAA recognized women's wrestling as an emerging sport. So that puts it on its track to really be seen in the same light as a lot of. Oh, nice head steal.
Nice head steal.
Right from feet to back.
I don't know what. Well, I'm not sure about that one.
Coach?
I'm not sure about that one.
Coach McCauley from Hartford's not real happy with that
No.
call. And to be honest, I wouldn't be either. That was a good head steal.
That was a great head steal. That was as good a head steal as you see a guy could do. I mean, she came down right with her, but she didn't drop her. Wow. We got a 10-6 match going on, a 5-6 match going on over here.
So on mat 1 there, 107 pounds, looks like she was turning in a little bit, got caught up. Now there's looking to run a deep half on top there.
Looking to over here. Hartford with a takedown to go ahead.
She kept her composure after losing that throw and is going to get the takedown. Now it's on a right out with 37 seconds. I've seen a couple kids now today running that high half.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys in the state historically that have run it, but they ran it, they were just monsters with it. I always told my guys we don't run that, but maybe that's because I came up at a time with Granby's were a lot more. What do you have to say about that?
I have no problem with that half, but to me, that half out there would be with a spiral or some type of move like that where you had something with your other hand going. But what I've seen today is like a half with an ankle or a half with the, which is just inadvertent whistles.
I saw a bunch of, in the guys' finals, a lot of, and I hate to even say it, but are we talking about the return of the Granby?
You're
bunch
right.
Of guys,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I see a lot of rolling going on.
There's another nice high half here. She's got to do something with that right hand.
Right.
I said, get on there.
I would tell my kid, take that other wrist or stuff that elbow.
All right, so at
Hartford
114 pounds, Maya Kirchner is going to get the 7-6 victory here, and she's going to be the sectional champion.
She had a great head steal. Man, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, everybody go back to that. Watch that. You're going to teach throws. Go back to that.
That was a great head steal.
Now, I just said that I got a bunch of youth parents saying, why did he say go back and teach a head steal? You're going to throw it like that. And then at 107 pounds, it looks like Sarah Mrazek of Oshkosh West got that pin. She was up 10-7, got the pin with 18 seconds left in that match.
So at 120, it doesn't look like we have a match.
Yeah, correct. 120 was short, so we're at 126 pounds on mat 1. At 126 pounds, we've got Shayna Lewis of Fond du Lac. She comes into this as a 6-1 sophomore. She's taking on Lauren Osborne of Slinger, who's got quite a few matches. She's 24-9 coming in as a senior.
Yeah.
And then at 132 pounds on mat 2, we have Julie Belisco of Oconomowoc coming in 12-3 on the season. A junior, and she's taking on Amelia Fowler of Manitowoc Lincoln, 18-9 senior. And wouldn't you know it, as you're looking at both, the two girls with more mat time this year are leading. And over here, Slinger.
Slinger's already.
Lauren Osborne's got her opponent on her back. She's going to get the pin. Nice job.
Yep.
She will be your
She's a senior.
champion.
Senior from Manitowoc. Obviously, she's been on a few matches this year, obviously.
And that's a real nice commitment by that Slinger staff of finding those matches. I don't care who it is. Mat time is mat time is mat time.
And the moves are the moves, You can call them what you want, but they all come back to the same thing in the end, And you can learn a couple good moves on offense and defense and how to do a good takedown. You don't need 1,000 moves to do this sport.
my high school coach, the Hall of Famer Dale Evans, he used to say, and I'm going to say this using my hands in TV, but it's like radio here. You don't need this many moves. You don't need, like you said, 1,000 moves. You need a few that you do really, really well.
Do really well. That's what I said over here before too. On some of these tight matches, you don't have to do anything new. Do what you do that's best, And if your inside double is your best, then get a good shot, and set it up, and kind of like that chess match we talk about all the time. It's because I know people are always saying, "Why do they stand in the middle and just push each other in the face or whatever?" And it's like, well, they're looking for something,
Nice single leg there.
Yep.
Taking her to the mat. Got to get her head out.
And that's a senior with the takedown, I believe, right?
It's a junior. They're going to confer. They've been
Junior.
doing assistant referee for these as well. They're going to wave that off.
Clock ran out. They didn't even ask the table.
So we are at 132 pounds on the right-hand side. Julie Belisco.
And they started 105
with Amelia Fowler of Manitowoc Lincoln, and at 138 pounds, on 145 pounds
on mat
the
one.
left mat, we have Haley Madison of Hartford, 14-8 junior. She's in the orange singlet, taking on Eliana Robinson of
Sheboygan South.
Sheboygan South. I was going to say, I was starting to panic here.
Yeah, Sheboygan South. They just have a different singlet than the guys do.
She's 13-7 as a sophomore.
So sophomore versus junior over there. Nice cross face. I'd like to see more guys hit that cross face.
A couple tough cross faces there.
These girls are tough over here, man.
This Fowler from Manitowoc Lincoln, she stays after him.
Yeah.
Well, and then she gives up that escape.
This Oconomowoc girl, it's got a motor though. She just keeps going.
Comes through the back door, finishes with a double across.
Step through the legs. Yep.
Lift that leg.
You'd be happy to get half your freshman boys that do that.
There you go. It gets the pin.
Yep.
So
nice.
Amelia Fowler, the senior, 18-9.
Injury timeout over here.
Amelia Fowler
Hartford.
Is going to be your sectional champion at 132
So the
pounds.
Haley Madison of Hartford right now is down with an injury. I don't know if she hit heads. I didn't quite see. Looks like they're looking at her head.
Somebody brought some water. So they are in an injury timeout there, 4-3, 50 seconds left. We'll get 138 started here on the right, and we're going to zoom in there. The local girl, Charlie Winicky of Beaver Dam, stepping on the mat. She's 20-4. She's only a freshman. Taking on Madeline Catola of Oshkosh North. She's a 10-3 junior here in the finals. Charlie,
nice
shot.
Champion single cut to the outside.
The Badger Conference tournament. And yes,
nice shot. Single. Just got to keep moving her hips over. Keep walking it. Good. Take that leg. Come out behind.
Beautiful.
Nice job. Get your head out. He gave it.
Doing a great job working
nice
up
job.
That slowly.
Now she's got good hip pressure. She's working for that arm bar. Switch to the half.
Jump sides.
She's about to turn her.
Good presence about
yeah.
her.
Gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I hate how that looks like that. Just got to stay out, stay out there, make a good tee. Gonna go the other direction with it.
She's gonna get her
boy,
fall.
nice job there, like a chair sit type of. She's gonna turn her again.
I don't know what you guys call this. We always call
this. What do I want to call it? The butcher, they call it.
They call it butcher here.
They call it the butcher here.
Feel free to email Ninja what you call that at your local school. I've heard it called a zipper, butcher.
Painful.
Ninja's going with painful. Okay.
Only if you're in it.
Yeah. And Charlie.
And a fall for Charlie for Beaver Dam.
So she's going to be a sectional champion. Going to be wrestling at Madison this weekend or next weekend. Sorry, we're still
good for her. Yeah. 152 is coming out then, huh?
Nope. 152
or
will not have a match.
Hartford and no.
So we will be
The Watertown. There is no 152.
So we'll move on to
85. They just put 185 up there.
185.
Dusterbeck.
All right, Destiny Dusterbeck of Sheboygan North. She comes in 11-1 as a junior. She's taking on Maeve Mikulek of Germantown. She's 12-2. She's also a junior.
Junior versus junior. Nice grab of the arm there and pulling it down. Over here we're at 8-5.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Jeff. I've never been a big fan of leg riding unless you're real good at it, because this kind of stuff happens all the time. You get out of position, you get something pulled down.
I'll be honest with you, Ryan, I wouldn't even try to coach it. I'd have to have somebody who's a leg rider come in and coach it. Because, I mean, I could coach the defense to it, but to get on there and show them the proper way to do it, I wouldn't even try. Yeah. It'd be a mistake.
And the Beaver Dam team, I know they've worked on it, and they have a lot of guys that go to it, and that's great. It's just this tendency to get out of position and get high with your hips is.
I guess if you've wrestled enough matches and you feel good there and you're comfortable there, then okay. But all my years of coaching, I might have had a handful of kids who were good at it and stayed in good position and pinned kids from it. Other than that, kids would put it in and score a takedown, but not do a whole lot with it. And what I saw today a little bit too was a lot of stalling out of it. Because there's just no change of, and some people say the bottom person doesn't do anything. Well, lay on the bottom, have your son put his legs in, and see how you get off the bottom.
Yeah.
It's not very easy to get out.
Right.
But that doesn't mean they're not trying.
We used to call this a bundle of arms. Again, Butcher's zipper.
Yeah, yeah.
I called it bundle arms because it was really easy to teach my kids.
Right.
And
this girl's doing a good job with it. She's just getting a little too far high.
She's a little loose on that far arm there.
Yeah, she's going to let it start again. She likes those legs, trying to put them in.
Coming back out front.
Over here it's a little bit tighter, 8-5, and I don't know, I think I saw a lot today of kids coming in over the top. And that was to me always a big no-no, Unless it was a desperation move to try to score it because you're behind, and you got 10 seconds left. So
Mikulek's going to take top here. Now that's the first time I've seen it today, someone choosing top in the second period.
Well, she's been on the bottom a long time and had no chance really. Well, she was out once and faced her.
So if you're coaching the down wrestler here and somebody chooses up, what are you doing there?
I'm telling them, stand up, short sit, whatever you got to do.
To me, it's always kind of a red herring.
But if you don't have hand control, none of it matters, Because even when the kids hit that switch, they leave that wrist behind. And
some of these kids randomly walk.
So this girl's obviously, she's ridden quite a bit.
Yeah.
She's, oh, boy. Tony let that one go.
I'm not sure. That should have been called.
That was a good one.
The award presentation will be
Russell Leary used to, when he'd meet with our teams, he'd say, I like a hard crossface, be tough with it, but if it comes from right field, I'm going to call it. Well, that wasn't right field. That was
kids would look at me, I say, well, the ref didn't call it. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that was...
it's right there.
But to Dusterbeck's credit, she stayed on that leg. She did not turn, so tough. She's going to get called for stalling here.
She hasn't left her hips, so I don't know.
Well, the bottom wrestler got called for stalling here.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I've always thought over the years that the heavier we get, the more the bottom person gets hit for stalling, or if they're on their feet, they take one step back, they get hit for stalling. I always argued with the referee saying, that big 285-pounder, nice job. But that big 285-pounder, their butt's almost touching the outside line. So, they don't have that space the littler guys do. I just think they need a little bit more leeway. I just hate when when stalling becomes part of dictating the match. And
well, I do agree. A couple years ago, they really tried to say we're going to call more stalling. If instead of one warning, maybe go to second and then call a little bit more frequently to get things moving. Because, like you said, stalling can really dictate a match quickly.
Well, and I think you know as well as I do. You get down to the state tournament next weekend, and it's like somebody sent out a memo.
Yeah.
You know, the guys, we didn't call this all season, but now we're going to call it all of a sudden.
As we pan over back to mat 1, back to 145 pounds, Haley Madison of Hartford. She's leading. No, excuse me, she's down 10-5 to Eliana Robinson of Sheboygan South. This one's going on.
So Sheboygan had a pretty good showing of girls today. That was.
Still got that high half on her feet. That should be stopped.
Right.
But we're going to let it go. Suck back position there.
Oh, these two are going to end up in a.
Front headlock position.
Ooh.
Nice re-snap. Head in the hole.
Just going to get behind her.
Nothing. Oh.
Yep. That's just pure toughness.
Yeah.
I want to watch this crossface again here. She winds her up.
Yeah, let's see. There it is again. Oh. Again,
she hasn't left her hips either.
Yeah, you're right. She's riding pretty parallel.
I don't think I could get off.
Yeah, if I'm Germantown, I'm
If she
calling
doesn't-
for stall. I know the boys in the corner are calling for stall. Oh, look at that. She turned in, gets a reversal. It goes up 6-4.
Wow.
50 seconds left in the match.
She's got to turn her or something here to third period. You can't just sit with her, cut her. But she got to take it down pretty fast.
Well, she's got a 2-point lead, and they haven't really called stalling on the top person, so I don't know.
You can't start now, right?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
A reversal. That's just about staying in good position, not panicking. Over here, we got an injury again.
So at 185 pounds, your sectional champion is going to be Maeve Nikolek of Germantown, defeating Destiny Dusterbeck of Sheboygan North. 6-8.
All right, 235. The last one, huh?
All right, 235, and then I would assume we'd start, maybe move a match. This 145 has got 1:08 left. So 235,
Look at
we've
these
got
records.
Reagan Ziegler of Fond du Lac coming in as a junior, 18-2 on the tournament, against Olivia Walsh of Watertown. She's 23-3 as a freshman.
Look at those records, though. I mean, that's impressive.
Love it.
And they obviously have worked with some heavyweight coaches to learn about positioning with the head and the hands.
Oh, Corey Sparks
is
see you later.
out.
Signing off for the day.
I think you might as well just stop that one at this point, maybe.
Well, I think she gave up a pin. So here, oh, nice windmill.
Look at that.
shut
And she's
there
got
to
that.
Go behind.
Went right to a half. Tried. She's got the wrist underneath. I'm sure she's trying that half on the other side. Oh, she got both wrists double under. Trying the half on the other side.
She's got to drive with her toes a little bit, get that wrist driving forward, open up that half a little bit. I always used to tell my kids, if your toes of your shoes aren't wore out by the end of the season, you weren't driving enough.
You got that right. There got to be some wear marks there. So stalling on the bottom here, which I can agree with that, I guess. Hasn't tried to bring her hips up at all. Or she's going to turn here. Well, she got her hips. Look at that, though.
Well, see, but we're driving on her knees. Now we're back to her feet.
Right.
She was on her knees. She's got to get off her knees here. She's got to be on her toes, get that weight down on those shoulders.
$165, huh?
All right, 165 is starting up on the left-hand mat here. We have from Hartford, Kennedy Brzezinski. She's
short time over here.
Senior. She's taking on.
No, not going to get the fall this time.
Rodriguez from Sheboygan South, and Brzezinski comes out with a takedown right away. 235 avoided the pin. Taking top with choice.
Well, I guess that's where she's done most of her work, huh?
Well, like you said too,
I mean, I've had heavyweights in the past. You didn't put them down ever, you know. They couldn't get away from their moms, you know. It was.
Well, and like you said earlier, you know, somebody's obviously worked with them.
About position.
Wrestling weight class on the girls' side. They're wrestling like that. And,
yeah.
You know, you've got to adapt to what the wrestler is. So, you know,
I
we
mean,
talk about styles.
And these girls, I think, are both juniors and, you know, freshman boys, 9th and 10th graders coming in, have a hard time staying in position this well, you know. So it's definitely a coached skill for them. And you know as well as I do, if you can stay in good position, you can beat anybody 1-0.
Right.
You know, and at this level now, it's not about pinning, it's about getting a win.
Whatever it takes. Coach looks like he's talking in the Watertown corner about going to maybe a Russian arm tie, you know, ripping that off and going to a 2-on-1. And but she's already turned, so she's looking like she's working a headlock. She's already turning her hips, so she's kind
nice
of telegraphing.
Power half over here. She had it.
Fond du Lac is just not going to give that up there.
Now we got stalling on the bottom over here on Sheboygan South.
Fans, as you're watching, just as a reminder, these are the final two matches of the girls' finals. After the girls' finals, we'll have one more very brief round. That'll be the boys' wrestlebacks to see who goes to the state tournament in the second place position. So we've got a little bit longer.
2 seconds. End of the first period.
But I want to thank everyone who's come on either one of the streams and watched wrestling, whether it was the first place match, the third place match, or showed up late here. Want to appreciate that. Shout out to the Daily Dodge again for allowing us to do this and take up their time, and we're hoping to have a ton of views, and if you can, review again and then review again some more, so that the Daily Dodge sees the value in having wrestling on, and we get some more of that going. We're hoping that we can do this for the finals of the Wickersham next year. And you were coach of Justin Wickersham, who the tournament's named after.
Yeah, before that it was called the Flynn Christmas Classic. Jim Flynn used to have the car dealership in town before he retired, and Jim would sponsor all the medals and the brackets every year. He probably did that for about, I would say, good 15 years probably. And then when Justin passed away, it was a good time because Jim was retiring, and it was a good time to switch it.
And we're working on building that tournament. We've got some feelers out to some blue blood programs that are looking to get in. So we're looking to get the blue blood program. That would be the Daily Dodge, ESPN Beaver Dam, to come in and put that on for us. So we're looking for big things next year, but we're still at it this year. Right now in front of us, we've got 2 matches going on here, 165. Got a match in the second period, a minute left in the second, 4-1. And then our heavyweight match, 235, the girls 9-2 currently with a minute 30 and counting.
The girl from Fond du Lac has run out of gas a little bit.
Ooh. Watertown just got to push that arm across. There you go. She's got her flat. That's going to be a pin.
Done.
McKinstry's home first and pin, if I remember right. Sorry, I haven't.
The one thing, I don't care if you're girl or boy, you got to be in 6-minute shape. You know,
yeah.
it's a, especially at this time of the year. You know, if you can weather that storm sometimes against those guys who are aggressive, sometimes you beat them just like that in the end.
And a heck of a show of sportsmanship at the end there between those 2 competitors. We have one final period left in the girls' finals here at 165 pounds. Again, Kenny Grzinski of Hartford, 12-8 senior. She is up 7-1. Taking on Genesis Rodriguez of Sheboygan South. 9-15 sophomore coming into the tournament today.
You know, and it's different when you look around in this last round here. You saw girl coaches sitting over there. You see girl coaches sitting over here, and you know that's different for me.
It's the evolution of the sport.
Yep.
And you know, I think as part of the wrestling community, we have to continue to evolve and continue to drive it forward to where it will continue to flourish and exist, because this sport is filled with people who follow it, that are passionate about it, and we want to extend that to the next generation and leave that legacy.
Right. I mean, it's, you know, I look at Kids Club even in Beaver Dam here. A lot of little girls are wrestling, you know, and that's only going to get bigger as more girls attract to it through the upper class. And it's not a bad thing for wrestling at all.
So we got a 9-1 match here, 54 seconds and counting. Hartford up 9-1 here. Right now, Ninja, we'd be talking about a major decision, but again, we're not keeping those bonus points at this point in the day. But shout out to my wife and her patience for walking my son back and forth in front of the video feed. Yeah, that's him. He'll be turning 3 in April, so his attention span is
your wife
short.
probably doesn't even recognize you anymore.
He just thinks I live here now.
Yeah.
His favorite Beaver Dam person, though, is Benny Beaver. So
it is,
I don't count. Yeah, he gets excited when he sees Benny. And we have a 9-1 win here. Kenny Grzinski of Hartford. She will be your individual sectional champion at 165 pounds. And with this, why don't we take a 1-minute break before we head into the WrestleBacks?
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Wisconsin knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Wisconsin needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
All right,
we're back right in time for the WrestleBacks. We've got 2 mats going. We got 1 camera, so we're going to be flipping back and forth. I'll just kind of tell you what's going on mat 1 here at 120 pounds. We have a wrestle back between Brady Daniels, a slinger, who was in the finals. He finished second. He's taking on Ben Logan of Watertown, who finished third. Whoever wins that will obviously go to the state tournament. That should go for all of these. So these wrestlebacks, if you're not aware, one of these wrestlers was in the final. They lost. They took second, and somebody took third. And again, at sectionals, we do a true wrestleback to second. So if the second and third place finishers haven't wrestled, we're going to find out who's better between both of them. So your screen right now is on 132 pounds. We're going to focus on that one. Avery Femright of Beaver Dam, the number 10 ranked wrestling Division I coming in. He's taking on Sam Gehring of Slinger. He's 39-9 freshman coming in. He's the number 11 ranked wrestler at 132 pounds. So two highly ranked, two highly successful wrestlers going at it for a shot at getting to the state tournament.
And this is their second week in a row facing each other, which makes it a little bit tougher on both of them. Because once you get to wrestle somebody, know them a little bit.
And it's not like the old days where finishing second, you kind of knew your outcome, you're wrestling number 1. Now with seeding,
right.
This match means a lot, and this matchup makes a lot because when you get to see the state tournament, they do take into consideration
that would be a takedown for Avery.
Opponents. Yes. Oh, great takedown. I don't know what the Slinger coaches are arguing. 2 points of contact or down.
Yep.
Weights on the hands. That's a takedown all day, all week, and twice on Sunday.
I just talked to the official today about that because I watched last week. It was confused about what is in, and it's not about supporting points anymore. It's about points of contact. So your hand and your elbow could be 2 points of contact. That's how they're looking at it.
Well, and even this one here, that rule changed about 3 years ago, where if you get behind and they put their hands
down,
on the
it's
mat,
a takedown.
it's a takedown.
Yep.
So,
yep.
I get you got to advocate for your wrestler. I get that. Unfortunately, that's a takedown.
It's considered control.
So Femright, he's tough on top, and he's
this is,
got a leg raise.
And these matches right now probably are the hardest matches in the last 2 weekends.
Oh, yeah.
When you're trying to get back into it after you've won, you're wrestling another match compared to everybody else here today,
and you talk about it. So the difference between you win your third place, you get that wrestleback, versus you lose in the finals, and now you have to defend. As a coach, what do you do there?
You got to mentally take care of what you can do. You can't be watching the other mat, during those wrestlebacks. You got to take care. You got to win your wrestleback, your match first for place. It's a focus game. So much of it. I mean, you think about teenagers and how much they think or overthink, and it's different for every kid. You got to know them. You got to know who they are, what their personality is, and how much can you give it to them, and how much do you got to just, sit back and say, hey, you can do this. We got confidence in you.
I found that to be one of the hardest things as a head coach. The sectional tournament, you get a kid in the finals, they're laid to be in the finals, they lose a heartbreaker in the finals, and now they got to come back and defend their spot against a kid who's coming on with momentum.
Right.
That's so tough as a coach, and it's tough as a wrestler too.
Yeah. I mean, at state tournament, you have a kid who gets in the semifinals on Friday night, and they are expecting to become a state champ, and then they got to wrestle for third Saturday morning. Some of those kids don't even show up. They go home. Mentally, it's hard to come out of that. It's like I told one of our kids a couple of years ago, Wyatt
nice snap down, go behind, finish.
Whizzer,
nothing. And great whizzer position there to prevent that takedown. Nice job for
But I told Wyatt a couple of years ago, I took him to a restaurant after the match, I said, Wyatt, if this is the worst thing that ever happens to you in your life, you've had a pretty good life. I said, think about that. I said, wrestling is one part of what you're about, and you got to keep that focus. These guys are doing a good job of position.
We want to thank Beaver Dam Police. They've had a couple officers here.
I saw Tony
Officer
earlier.
Carroll was here, Officer Shakota. I saw a couple other guys walking through, making sure that this is a safe and excellent atmosphere for everybody. So big props to BDPD for being here. And then I got to thank my boss for being here. Superintendent Mark Stefano
he was
in
here
the
for
house watching.
the whole round.
Yeah. If you don't know, Mark had a background in wrestling. He was a wrestler, talks a lot about his time freestyle and Greco, and then did some coaching. So it's always great to have a superintendent that supports the sport of wrestling.
When he first came here and I was head coach, he would come in the room and he'd grab the guy his size and he'd take his suit coat off and he'd roll up his sleeves and he'd go spar with him for a couple minutes.
So I'm gonna remember that. Maybe we get that to happen again.
Yeah.
I think Vitens is about his size.
I remember he messed up his finger.
Okay.
I looked at him and said, hey, it's wrestling, man. It's a tough sport.
Right. Over on the other mat here at 120 pounds as we got blood for 132. Ben Logan is out front 7-0. Now, this is one of those situations we're talking about. Logan was in the third place match. He won that match.
This is his wrestle back.
Yeah, and Daniels, he was in the finals. He lost to Lincoln Flater. We remember that was a tough match back and forth. Flater has to come back, defend, and he's down now 10-0 with under a minute to go in the third period.
And he's got to look in that corner and look at his dad, and I went through that with my son, and you got to be a coach or a dad that day. I used to tell my assistants, you're coaching him, I'm just here, That's 2, isn't it? No. Time was out. So Avery's going to go down, obviously.
I didn't see that. I was watching the other match. Takedown at the edge of the...
Well, the slinger coaches are getting a little fired up.
And then Femright's going to choose down.
Yeah, because they gave a takedown?
Gave a takedown.
Wow.
I never really understand when you're in this position going across like that to the arm. You really want to get that breakdown.
He did have him with the head underneath. Just like a slide by, And the kid put his hands down again. Get the 1 here.
So just giving you an update on mat 1 here at 120 pounds. Ben Logan, the sophomore from Watertown, he's going to win that wrestle back, win that true second over Brady Daniels. Ben Logan will be going to the state tournament as the second place representative from the sectional tournament here in Beaver Dam. Back to the match here. Slingers also involved here. Avery Femright.
Got a happy dad over there. Femright's up 5-2.
Avery Femright against
he gets hit for stalling.
Sam Gehring. He did get hit for stalling.
He's had 2 takedowns and an escape.
And we were working for a Russian arm time. Not really sure, but I'm not going to be well, he's defending a single here now. He's he's defending. He's got to get his hips in. He's got to get the head down. He's got to go behind. Now he's got to get a return. Get a return. Get a return. Get a return. They're going to go off the mat. Step off. 5-2 Femright. 38 seconds left at 132 pounds.
Oh, he had to try.
As an update, 144 has started on mat 1. That match is between Liam Piatkowski, who was a second place finisher at 144 from West Bend East. He's the number 6 wrestler in Division 1. He is taking on Jaden Yauk of Oconomowoc, who is the number 9 wrestler in Division 1, who got knocked off in the semis and won the 3rd place to earn the wrestle back.
Avery's going to just not do anything here.
Oh, it takes a shot. Stay out of the cow catcher. He drops his head. You can take a stall there.
Right. I wouldn't.
Avery Femright of Beaver Dam, 132 pounds, is going to defend his second place finish. He will be going to the state tournament as the second place representative of this section. Over to 144. Piatkowski's up 2-0. Oconomowoc did another singlet change there. It's not like the old days where they had one singlet and they wrestled in all day.
At the end of my coaching career, we had a champions one. I don't know who talked me into it, because I wouldn't have chosen it. But everybody else was doing it. I think Kaukauna started it.
Oh, yeah.
And then Arrowhead always had them. They used to come to the Wickersham. They'd come with their robes and their and their singlets on.
I remember Muskego had the boxer robes.
Yeah.
So 144 pounds, Piatkowski's working the tilt there. We started 150 pounds on mat 2 here. We have Carter Henschel of West Bend East, the 32-14 senior, who was defeated in the finals by Brady Krieger of Port Washington. He's taking on Jamon Thompson Shrink of Oshkosh North, 16-9 sophomore. Thompson was the third place finisher. Henschel obviously was in the finals, took second. He's got a nice,
and he comes in with 14 losses, but his dad, I'm a West Bend guy, and his dad was a state champ in West Bend, and has been the head coach now the last 4 or 5 years. And I know that this will probably be his last year as a head coach because his son's a senior, and he's ready to have weekends with his family. But he's done a great job in the last 5 years getting kids to the state tournament and being that technician that they needed over there.
West Bend East has always had tough wrestlers.
Yeah.
They've always had a few guys that could really go.
And West has really come on in the last, 10 years. They've really.
All right, so 144 pounds here. Piatkowski's up 5-0. On the other mat at 150 pounds, Henschel's up 4-1. So 2 matches where West Bend East guys are wrestling and leading. Nice lift in return here on mat 1 here. You don't see that very often anymore. That was a fad for a while, coming down from the college ring, seeing a lot of lift and returns, but haven't seen a lot of that today.
No. A lot of, if you lift, they just let them go, or they bring them, you see a lot of that drop to a double, drop to a single too, and I see so much straight in these days, and it's like, okay.
So 2 matches going on here. Wrestlebacks for a chance to get to the state tournament. Again, one of these wrestlers in each match took second, the other took third. These are true wrestlebacks to see who the second best wrestler is in the weight. The winner of these matches does advance to the Kohl Center. And that tournament starts Thursday. It goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Madison. If you've never been to the Kohl Center for the state tournament, it's an impressive site. The semifinals Friday night are usually the funnest night.
You just got to plan on walking to get there because you got to park somewhere. But it's a great venue. Yeah. And there's not a match you can't see wherever you sit.
Yeah, and they sell that thing out, but there is general admission. So if you haven't purchased tickets already, you can certainly
locked hands.
You can certainly go and purchase general admission up in the third deck. But it's a venue that was designed well for wrestling, even though they would never admit that.
Right. I remember the days it used to be in the barn, That was a great venue too. But it just got too big, too big. I mean, you used to sit up on the steps and look down and you could see a match going on right down here,
What people don't realize about the barn and why it was great for wrestling as well is that building was built for boxing. People don't remember Wisconsin had a heck of a boxing program there, and so that's why you sit straight up and down. Not great for basketball.
There's not a funner place to go I don't think in Wisconsin or the little, the Big Ten to watch a wrestling match. Because they shut the lights down, put the light on, and you're right there. I mean, you're right there close to the mat, That's why I like that they still do team down there because it's fun to go watch teams down there.
Piatkowski widening his lead up 10-0 here, 43 seconds and counting left in the third period. On mat 1 here, we have a 10-5 match. Henschel leading, 37 seconds left in the second period. We're rapidly coming to a close here of the 2024 individual sectional. We appreciate if you've stuck with us from the very beginning until now. That's a heck of a dedication, but we appreciate it. Again, show the Daily Dodge some love and appreciation for them carrying this. Ninja's been here the whole time, helping us out and keeping us on track. We certainly want to show the Daily Dodge some love and show them that wrestling does get some great views and is worth continued care. Oh, nice hip toss on mat 2. I don't know if we picked that up, but pretty.
Nice.
They didn't call that illegal slam?
No. They were closer to the mat. That's what they're going to say. Closer to the mat. Well, I remember the days, the only TV you ever had was, I remember 30 years ago sitting with a old video camera, taping it, and they put it on the school district cable channel.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where people could watch it, We were one of the first ones in the Little 10 that actually did them.
Well, and I know when I talked to Wade Bates earlier this year, back in the summer, and he said, we want to try to cover as much as we can, as many as we can. I thought, okay,
Yep.
sure you do. Can you get it done? And they've lived up to it. So even being here, and it was kind of a short notice, we decided recently to do it, and we're grateful for them.
Well, it was Rick Arman in the old days when I was head coach. Rick was always down at state, and is Rick still around there, Ninja?
Not at the station, but he still wears his singlet everywhere.
He does. Did he retire then? Yeah.
So West Bend East is going to get a win at
There you go.
10-1. Liam Pinkhouse is going to win. He's going to state, and right in front of us here, Carter Henschel. A few seconds after his teammate qualifies, Carter Henschel's going to defend, and he's going to take the second place spot, go to state.
So we got 150 and 157, huh?
So 157 coming up to the left. That will be Jacob Kidder of Hartford, 36-10 sophomore, number 6 ranked kid with Division 1. He'll be taking on Elijah Terrell of Slinger, 31-6 junior, number 5 ranked kid, Division 1.
Yep.
I bet they wrestled fairly recently, huh?
I would bet, huh?
On mat 2 here is 190 pounds.
But I can remember too when it was the Little 10 conference, you'd wrestle them at conference, you'd wrestle them at regionals, and you'd wrestle them in sectionals. Remember those days?
Oh, yeah. 190 pounds here on mat 2 here. We've got Quentin Ortegon. He was the number 6 wrestler in Division 1. He had the privilege of wrestling Connor Mirasol in the finals, so he's the second place wrestler coming in, trying to defend his spot. He's taking on Owen Sojberg of Watertown. He's number 8 ranked wrestler in Division 1 at 190 pounds. So again, 2 matches here with 2 guys that in each that are ranked in the state.
Yeah.
You were saying the Little 10 used to do it. It was my complaint. We were in the Badger, and you'd wrestle them all season, and then you go to conference. And the Badger conference during those years, unbelievable. And then, of course, we get stuck with Stoughton in the regional, and Stoughton and Milton in the sectional, and then they decided, hey, that's not tough enough. We'll give you McGuanago from the Classic 8.
And that's when Milton was really good.
Stoughton won 4 straight state titles and runners up there. Yeah, it was. I used to tell my AD, he goes, what do you think our chances are? I said, well, if we win the regional, we're going to be team state champions.
Well, that used to be like that over here too, because we'd always have Kakana. And they'd come down, and unless you had that second team like they do now, I mean, nobody would ever go.
Well, and that reminds me, because Chris Graziano, the longtime coach at Slinger, he retired a few years ago. His son coached with me, and shout out to Coach Graz. He's an official now and hurt his back recently, and he's on the mend, so we're hoping for a fast recovery for him. But his final 2 years took 2 teams to the team state title.
Yep.
They got rid of Kakana. It's all in the matches.
Yep.
Graz's Slinger teams there, especially the couple.
Nobody was ever upset when Kakana got shifted to the Valley.
No. Yeah. 190 pounds here. Sojberg up 2-0 after the first. Heading in the second, he's going to be down to start the second period. And 157, 2-0 match there as well. Boy, Coach, both guys had classic position there.
And they gave it away.
Gave it away.
I'm looking at that thinking the same thing. Like he had both arms in that.
So if you're watching this and you're saying, how do I get my kid to the state tournament? Someday he's a youth wrestler. He loves wrestling, wants to continue. What do I do? Obviously the more mat time he can get, the better. But I'm gonna go a little old school here and say, get him out for other things. You don't want him to burn out in wrestling or her wrestling. You don't want him to burn out. But freestyle and Greco will be starting shortly after the state tournament. Get them into those. If you don't know what they are, look them up. It's still good wrestling, but all the best wrestlers are wrestling in those tournaments.
And I'm still old school. I still believe that any other sport you go in, you're using your joints and your muscles in a different direction, and not just the same way all year. And I think that competition at any level, at any other sport, is still important. For somebody who wants to be a champion, any kind of competition is good, and handling it and doing it and focusing with it. And, you and I are both the believer that you should be out for football, you should be wrestling, you should be out for track. We know that when kids are in sports, they do much better in the classroom and they do much better in the community.
Yes. And starting next year here at Beaver Dam and the Badger Conference, we're going to be opening up to multiple sport athletes within a season, which there's going to be a process to that, so don't get too worked up about it. But that brings back the days of four-sport varsity athletes, which have kind of gone away in recent years. But
right.
My job as an athletic director, I would love to see a lot more three-sport athletes. Let's get involved. You're not going to get worse by competing in track and field.
Specializing took over the world about 10 years ago, and it's been good for some things, but it hasn't been good for the whole thing.
No.
The whole picture. No doubt about it.
Oh. So 3-0 here on mat number 1. 140 left. Ortegon and Sogeberg. Now it's 3-1, a takedown away. Let's see some offense here, a minute 30. It'd be nice to see some fireworks go, just go after it, empty the tank here, because let's face it, lose the match, you're done. You got all off-season to recharge. Watertown gets a takedown there. Goes up 5-1.
I'm impressed with Watertown today. Their kids have fought back hard. And I think Bob is thankful to have, Steve Best in the room and having a coaching staff that are all teachers, and it's definitely made a difference for them.
There's something to be said about developing the kids that you have. You can't just send these kids to an academy and get them back to you and say, okay, we're going to be great now. Wrestling, that helps, but you have to be developmental. And some of these kids that are seniors, they might have been on JV for 3 years. You don't know what you have until you go through it.
And in reality, you got to be a family for 4.5 months. You can't have these little friend groups within the group. It's got to be, the seniors got to look out for the freshmen, and the freshmen got to respect the upperclassmen, and that has kind of faded away a little bit. It's which is too bad. But team chemistry is 90% of it. The teams that I had that were really good never went to team state, and the one I thought never would did. It's just, and we had more talent wrestling-wise on the other team, and
at 190 pounds with 7 seconds left, Owen Sogeberg goes up 7-2. He is going to qualify for the state tournament. He is going to win his wrestle back and earn that spot. Having finished in third, he's going to take that spot. He's going to be the second place representative. And then over on mat 1, as we slide over there, it's a 6-3 match in the third, 50 seconds left to go. Again, we have Kidder from Hartford in the black singlet against Terrell from Slinger in the red. Kidder was the second place finisher. He is trying to hold on to his spot, but he's down 3 points here with 30 seconds left. He's going to have to start moving here. And I don't know what he's working for here, Coach. That's going to be off.
Foot went out.
Foot went out.
They're going to argue, but foot went out and came back in.
He came back in. The foot came out. The foot came off.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. So Coach McCauley's questioning that one, saying, look, his right foot came in, the left foot stepped out and came back, and that's kind of what we were talking about.
And now this is where he can only ask the assistant coach to ask or ref to ask the head ref, right, on the mat?
Well, he needs to go to the table to ask.
Right.
And he hasn't done that. So by the looks of it, he's just going to say it is what it is. But
8-3, 22 seconds. I mean,
yeah,
a 5-point move would tie you up. I mean, it's possible.
Looks like he's got some cramping going on here, and that's a great time to talk about hydration and eating oranges and bananas this time of year. And that's something that goes unnoticed. And I had a football coach tell me this once. He goes, I don't know how you guys do it. You guys get up for a match, you wrestle for 6, then you come down, and you got to get back up. That's so hard to physically continue to go and stay hydrated and stay
that whole weight
up.
thing. And the hardest thing is explaining it to parents.
It looks like they're just going to finish this.
I always try to convince parents, eat like your kid does during wrestling season.
Right.
Eat healthy during it, you know?
So Elijah Terrell, who was in the 3rd place match, he's going to win the wrestle back, and he's going to be the representative, the 2nd place representative. Now we have one more match, and I know that because Coach Winker and his staff have rolled up the other mat.
We're done.
And this is going to be 215 pounds. Is the last
there is
match
one
of the
more,
day.
yeah.
And to set the stage for you, got Nathan Steeves of Germantown. Remember, he was 39-8 coming into the tournament, the number 9 ranked 215-pound wrestler in the state coming in. He's going to wrestle Aiden Grulke of Hartford, 35-7.
He got the
sophomore.
wrestle back, yeah.
Now, I tell you what, Hartford has had a ton of kids, not only already gone on, but they've had a lot in wrestlebacks. Again, it speaks to maybe why they qualified for Team State.
Well, yeah, and I know that he's got, Corey's got Brad Becker coaching for him in the lower levels, the kids that are coming up, and Brad's always been a great technician. And when you got young kids coming up that have some technique and some good moves and position, you're going to have, and they're young too. They're really young right now. I mean, there's going to be some interesting wrestling in the next couple of years. I mean, Beaver Dam is young. They're young. So here we go.
Again, following this will be the awards ceremony. We will not cover that because that's going to take a while. That's going to take a while. We won't cover that, but again, we appreciate everyone that's listened in and put up with our commentary on this. And again, thank the Beaver Dam Youth Wrestling Club for putting on a great concession stand and event the last 2 weeks. Want to thank Beaver Dam IT department, Bash Baker, for making sure everything flowed well. The Grunwald family, because I think they all were working the tournament today.
Every one of them.
So I really appreciate all of their help and everyone that made sure to make this event a great opportunity for our kids. 20 seconds left. We don't have any score here.
Nope.
We're faking shots here, but we're not taking shots.
This is going to come down to those who gets choice and who does what. And
looks like Ryan McGuire has got the whistle on this one. He's the head official here, and Jeff Gross will be helping him out a little bit. So we're going to throw that coin way up in the air, Ninja. You can tell McGuire's getting tired. I'm going to have to tell him, remind him, you're out of shape. You don't do many of these anymore. So here we go. 11 seconds in, we've got a breakdown here. Looking for a crossface again. I don't know what they're looking for there, but
Grokey's a seasoned wrestler. I think he's a sophomore, but he's a kid who's had a lot of matches.
At the conclusion of this match, the awards will be down on the east wall. 1 through 3 for the boys, and 1 and 2 for the girls. And how we're going to do it, we will start at the lowest weight, and we will continue on up. So everybody start assembling.
All right,
down
so
there.
54
All
seconds into the
wrestlers
period,
that are gonna get
still
awarded,
nothing.
Assemble along the east wall. We will allow a little bit of time for pictures at each weight.
Well, we've got some time here. I just want to shout out and congratulate
Trying to
Beaver Dam
turn it here.
wrestlers Charlie Winicky, Avery Femright, Colton Schultz for qualifying for the state tournament. This will be the second year in a row Beaver Dam has a female wrestler, third year in a row that Beaver Dam has a female wrestler at the state tournament. Last year, Beaver Dam didn't have any male participants there. Now they have 2. And I can tell you, just knowing the team, they've got some guys that are feeling it today that they didn't get through, but hopefully that lights a fire and makes them hungry for next season.
You got to wrestle the matches. That's what I always used to tell them is you got to wrestle every match. And you're gonna. There's some disappointment today, but everyone that's disappointed is young enough to still get that trip to the big show.
And every one of those guys that feels pretty good, there's always one for that's not. I mean, that's just how it is. We're going to the third period. It's tied 0-0. And again, as we talked on the first place feed, first points in a match are going to be really important if this goes into overtime. So if there's a flurry, you want to be the guy that scores first.
I imagine these guys are getting pretty tired at this point.
Well, this has got to be the toughest match of the day.
Oh, it is, no doubt.
You've sat around the longest. You were on the bus ride
nice
like everybody else.
You let him have.
All right, so we got our first points. Grokey gets an escape here. Doing a little hand fighting.
Yep.
We've got a circle here. Got a circle.
Yeah, because you can't just push.
Yeah. Ooh. Inadvertent elbow to the head, but Steve's on the shot, single leg. Grokey's doing a nice job defending, kind of driving in. He's got to get that leg straight. Now we're going to our feet.
Gonna bring it up high.
Oh,
try to keep him
turn
on.
Back. No, he's fine there. He's fine. He's fine. That's not stalling.
Yep.
That was fine. There's nothing wrong there. The Germantown wrestlers got
Where's
to
he
bring
supposed
him
to
back
go?
in.
He's got nowhere to go.
Well,
everybody's yelling, but you got to understand.
At first when he started going off the mat, you can make an argument, but he did a nice job, turned around,
Right.
faced him, put his hands on, and said, pull me back on. I'm not pulling off.
Right.
50 seconds left in the third period here. Germantown, you could tell, is looking for a stall. The fans behind are looking for a stall. McGuire just shook him off, saying, no, you can't just push. Good shot there, but not finished. Grokey's good on the defense there. Gets around for takedown, 3-0. Now this is an area you got to get a return. There's your stall call coming.
Nice job of returning them. And
they do have.
They like to hit
wrong.
stalling for that too, but anybody's ever taken a big guy down, it doesn't happen right away. And they don't have as much room as those little guys do in that circle.
Right there, drive him back, get some near fall points, or just keep him there. Don't move. No. And he's going to win a tight one, 3-2. Yeah. The Hartford faithful in front of us love it.
Yep.
You see the agony of defeat and the thrill of victory in that one match. Well, folks, fellas, Coach, thanks
for
your
you
help.
betcha. It's been fun.
Ninja, thank you so much. all the talents on this side. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. Hopefully you guys had some fun. Hopefully you found this to be exciting at times, informative at times. We'll see you up at the Kohl Center next week. Remember, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're going to see a whole bunch of kids from this region or in this section wrestling, a lot of local kids. So let's go out and support these kids. And, hey, we'll see you next season with the Daily Dodge covering wrestling like only Coach and I can, I guess.
You bet. It's a fun thing to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Ninja. Thank you, Daily Dodge.
Thank you.
You're watching the Daily Dodge postgame show.